don't sooky about it.
I'm not sooky about it.
No, it was a bit whingy.
Well,
So, no, I know, but don't... People
we were
won't...
live. Oh, sorry.
No. Did you go live while we're talking?
Yeah, so you said go live, so I went live.
Oh my God.
Hey,
is there anybody back?
I don't know, we just went live.
Oh.
So. Let's just like totally forget that ever happened. How about we all just erase all of that from our memories and move on with life? That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. That'd be fantastic. I don't remember.
Hi everyone. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hi YouTubies. Is that what your new thing is?
Oh no, that's your new thing. Whatever your thing was, I can't remember.
Whatever my thing was.
Your thing was. Okay.
Let's
round 2.
You need to start because I've got to find something. I don't know where Cherie's
I've got to
put
start it. What are we looking for? Oh, no, it's happening again. Stop.
Try what I just said.
Okay, so report.
First one hide. So then he's hidden. Second one reporting.
Alright.
But we need to talk to people if we're live.
Yeah, we are talking to people.
So nobody mentioned ask a question like that.
Peter, do you ever use Fresnel lights?
I love Fresnels and I don't use them enough. Sorry, I'm just searching the kitchen for something. I can't find it. Hang on. Sorry. Cherie.
Sorry, Peter's looking for something.
Cherie.
I don't know what he's looking for.
Where's the mat?
I would
the
have
rolling mat.
Get rid of things.
The rolling mat.
This is so annoying.
Roll
I don't know
that
why.
dough.
This is the first time this has ever happened. If anyone knows anything about this, I mean, I might get Peter to answer something,
I tried to find
and
it.
I will.
Yeah, well.
This is really ruining our entire stream, though. But that's okay. We can move on with it. Thankfully, Tony is helping me with I've got Tony helping me with moderating, so he's helping hide and remove everything.
Oh, thank you, Tony.
Yes. So
Can I employ you as assistant? What do you like as a model?
We'll flick it to Peter while he. What do you use to color calibrate your screens from Ben?
The screens I've got now are ISOs, so they've got self-calibration in it. Before I had my ISOs, I tried i1, I tried X-Rite, I tried Spider, and honestly was never happy with any of them. So a lot of the times I would do a calibration, it would come back and I think, nah, that color's wrong. I know it's wrong because even though I shoot black and white, my eyes are very good for color. And I would just look at it and say, no, that's completely wrong. So I'd go back through my profiles of previous calibrations till I found the closest one to what I believe was right. And then I just slightly manipulated it myself. With the ISO self-calibration, never ever had a problem. If you're on a Mac, they don't calibrate anyway, so don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't like sort of being just one brand, but yeah, ISO, the system they've got built into their screens is actually really good, but unfortunately ISO are very expensive too.
Oh my god, I can't even keep up with.
So I need a different assistant.
Would you like to come and see what's going on?
No, I'm cooking. Do you want dinner or not?
I would love dinner.
All right.
I also have someone trying to help me moderate, and
Are they failing as well?
there's so much of this, Peter, I can't even explain to you. I can't even see a comment from anyone that's not a bot, so I could ask you something while I deal with this.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I don't know enough about it either. I'm gonna have to look it up.
We've never had this before, but I've never seen it on anybody else's either.
Yeah, this is like the weirdest thing of my entire life. I think it seems to be coming from, I don't know.
Coming from what?
I don't know. They all seem to be referencing this one account called Brian, who was the one that started it, which has already been hidden. But they seem to keep popping up with.
So obviously he's running it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Roger just said block them, and okay, we've got a few more people asking to add I'm adding you guys as moderators, so you can just please help block these. Like, Beck, turn on hold for review and slow mode in my YouTube. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's what I needed. I needed some help. Turn on slow mode and allow live chat to replay. Now I've got slow mode on. What if I do that and I go, I don't know how I've I've got held for review things. What if I turn on slow mode?
Slow mode. Cool.
So I'm going to refresh my one.
Becca tracks all the worst people.
Slow mode is on. Send a message every 1 minute. I know. I'm trying to block the bots, guys. You have no idea how irritating this is. So I'm removing everyone now. But this is going to take me forever.
What's going to take you forever?
Oh, I just unwanted.
What was the question? Did I answer the last question?
Push your questions to Instagram and answer on YouTube. How could we like put an Instagram live on?
At the same time?
Wow, won't we get really bad echoings?
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, and even people are saying these comments are so disgusting. They are. They're just sending the most revolting things.
YouTube surely has to have a thing that can see someone's posting that much and see it as that has to be a bot. Surely.
I know.
It's a good complaint for YouTube's.
I know. Should I be taking a screen flow of this?
Yeah, maybe. But they don't need to. I'm certain what's happening to us has happened to somebody else. Well, I'd hope so. Otherwise, Beck's the problem.
I've made a few people that asked to be made as mods. So I've got you guys helping me. Thank you. Oh, God.
All
this is so horrible. I'm trying to... Well, this is the thing. I'm trying to scroll through it and find actual questions to ask, but I don't have... Okay, there we go. Have you been making photo shoots since you were a kid?
When I got my first camera, I was about 10, 12. I played with it a bit. Then as I got a bit older, around about 14, I'd just started playing in a couple of bands, music, and I dug out my camera and started to make albums. So we couldn't write a song, but here I was photographing album covers for our band, and absolutely loved that because it was all conceptual. Everything I was doing was conceptual, just with the band members and like some of the girls that hung around with us. It was just so much fun doing it. And it was all on film too. I think my first couple of shoots were just on Instamatic cameras, so you had no control whatsoever. But yeah, that's pretty much where I started, and that's back when I was maybe 13, 14-ish. But then it was a long time until I did anything sort of conceptual in any way. It wasn't till after I sort of got out of doing lifestyle and fishing and that type of shooting, when I got into the studio, that all started coming back to me, that whole thing of playing.
Opening your own studio, what things to think about before you do so?
All right, number one is, can you afford it? There's nothing worse than you struggling to live because you've opened a studio just because this is a hobby that you'd like to make your job. It's like any business. If you don't have the finances behind you when you start any business, you're really going to struggle. Because you're going to end up doing stuff just for money, which means you're going to bastardize your brand, which will then affect you because people will see that, oh, he'll do anything for money, and he'll actually do super cheap because he has to pay bills. But I normally say you need to get yourself in a good financial position, and you should really have customers before you even open a studio. You should already have every weekend chock-a-block full shooting. And then once you've got it like that, then that gives you a reason to have a studio. But until you've got clientele that you're busy every single weekend shooting for, you're going to end up really putting yourself under pressure financially, and then you're going to end up hating photography because you'll end up shooting weddings or things like that that you don't want to shoot just to pay your bills. And it sort of becomes a rabbit hole. The more you're doing stuff you don't want to do, the less you're doing of what you want to do. So the less you can show the world, this is what I actually do. You're showing the world, this is what I don't want to do. And it's a vicious circle. So I'm just doing the tortillas at the moment. They're basically, the tortillas, there's a recipe in the description of what I use to make them. They're actually, the first time you make them, they'll be disasters. Mine were terrible. Every third one was a complete rubbish bin. Where's my drinks?
Where is your drinks?
You coping with them?
No.
No. The other thing is you
Peter,
welcome...
what was life back? There you go, this will give you a nice rant. What was life back better in the old days? It's sad to see cancel culture taking over these days.
Oh, cancel culture.
Oh, and I've got a legit question. Okay, I'm starting to find
Isn't that a legit question?
Ones. Yeah, no, I'm starting to find legit ones now that I've got this slow chat thing turned on.
So, yeah, cancel culture really, really upsets me. There are people who've been on the planet for 5 seconds but wants to cancel the entire history. Well, we learn from our history. We learn from our mistakes. We shouldn't be cancelling our mistakes. And the other thing is, there was a movie... it was a movie about, what's his name? He was president of England during World War II. I'm hopeless with this stuff. But it was a really, really good movie about this person. And they just showed exactly who he was and the type of person he was. And he was a womanizer. He was, very, very rude to staff, all of the rest. And there was a commentator on a radio station who just canned it and said she could not watch this movie. It was the biggest load of crap because he was such a womanizer. This movie needs to be banned. And it was, that's what wasn't appropriate, but that was what happened in the day, and nobody cancelled him while this was happening because that's the morals of the world in that day. So if we go back to the morals of the world back in when the Romans weren't they feeding Christians to lions? We haven't cancelled the Romans. Well, I don't think we have.
I don't know. I've been copying every time I see a real question.
Every time I see a real question. Hey, everyone, this is making Beck really work. It's the hardest I've seen her work all year.
I was going to have a dirty, rotten cigarette, but these bots are keeping me here. As a new photographer, I'm missing out on everyone's names, but I'm just trying to copy your real questions when I see them and block all these horrible, disgusting bots leaving revolting comments that are actually repulsive. I think I need to bleach my eyes after this. Flick to me and how happy and not stressed I look. As a new photographer, how important is a model release for?
Commercially, very important. Non-commercially, not so important, because if you're not paying them, you can pretty much do anything. If they've given you consent to take the photo, you just can't make a commercial money out of it, which means you can't make it a billboard or something, but you could still sell it as your work in equivalent magazine. You can't keep every model happy. Beck's seen, we had problems with a model recently and we did nothing wrong. She just changed. She became a completely different person to when we were shooting, and now wanted all the photos deleted, and it was sort of like, well, no. I can sell you all the photos, and if you pay me for my time and for the editing, the photo shoot and everything, I'll sell you those photos and then you can do whatever you like and I won't use them anymore. But no, they don't want to do that. They're happy to waste your time. Look, a model release, as long as it's, most models, if you hit them up with a too legal release, they're not going to want to sell it. I'm not going to sign it. I'm not going to sign something that I do not understand. So I'd be more likely, and I've done this before, I think Beck's even seen me say to someone, no, I'm not signing that. I haven't read it, and my lawyers haven't read it. So, that might cause a problem, but look, most of the models that I work with more than once, I normally work with a lot. So it means that we've got a really good rapport and we don't have a problem. Found another one.
Watching from London as it's a bank holiday Monday, do you always... Well, we planned that. I didn't actually know it was a bank holiday tomorrow.
Oh, so you didn't do your job very well, did you?
I mean, I totally knew that you guys had a public holiday today. Do you always know what you're looking for at the start of a shoot?
No. No, I saw a really, really interesting thing with Nick Knight, and you being from London, you should know who Nick Knight is, but Nick Knight's this amazing photographer, and he did the latest champagne, Bollinger? No. I can't think, big champagne name. He did their latest campaign, and about a week or the day before they're doing the shoot, the art director rang Nick Knight up and said, so can you send me through the storyboards and the mood boards and all of that stuff? And he goes, I've got no idea what I'm doing. It'll happen on the day. And he said, well, you know, I think the model was Star is Born, what's her name? Lady Gaga was who the model was for the shoot, and they had 5 or 6 designers, and they were just doing a campaign for the champagne company. I can't think of the name. I can't think it was Bollinger. Bigger. Oh, anyway. And he just said it'll develop on the day. And I think there is something, if you go to, I think if you type Nick Knight champagne shoot or something, or Lady Gaga shoot, Nick Knight, you should be able to find the shoot. And yeah, the images are amazing. And what they ended up doing is part of the colour of the material they used on Lady Gaga became the reflection in the bottle of the champagne, which was a similar colour. And they actually looked really, really cool. If you had an art team and all of that involved in coming up with it, you would have never got this shot. This shot was just so at the point of time, you know, what just evolved from the shoot. So I'm very much the same. I like to just have things evolve, and like we might have a couple of mood boards, but they're very, very loose. They're not set in stone. It might be just, this is where we're going to start, let's see where we finish. And there's been quite a few commercial shoots where we're finished is nothing like the mood board, but most of the clients, I think nearly all the clients said, that is awesome, that's the essence of our brand. Beck's pulling faces.
Do you have any suggestions for a second flashlight? They own a simple Godox V1 and a softbox, and their newbie to flash.
So they own those?
Yeah, they own a simple Godox V1 and a softbox, and are a newbie to flash. So any suggestions for a second flash?
Save up money. Keep using what you got and save up money. And the flash that you've got now, let that become your second flash. I'm not sure how powerful your Godox is, but it's really good to have at least one head in your kit, which is at least 1,000 watts, powerful. And it's like someone earlier today asked me, you know, what should they have as a second camera? You know, when should they get their second camera? Well, what I'm going to say to you is, you need to, now that you've got a light that gets you by, you now need to buy, within reason, the best light that you can afford. So I'd be saying, even if it takes you 6, 8 months, even a year, you're better off that the next light becomes your main light. So your Godox can become your secondary light in the way of reliability, not overheating, color temperature staying the same. That's if you're going to go commercial, because there's nothing worse than a light dying on a commercial shoot, and dying because it's overheated or something. So I normally suggest if you have a small budget for lights, you put a lot of money into one light, and all the other lights can be cheap because they're just like the backup lights. They're not the super important ones. But if you don't have a budget, all I would say would just get second lights. If you can't afford to go expensive, just get an identical Godox as what you've got. So if one does go down, the other one's going to back you up. And when it comes to what diffuser to put on it, you've just got to say, well, I've already got a softbox. So if I get an octabox or an umbrella, it's nearly similar. So maybe I need to get a different type of modifier that I don't have, like a beauty dish or something.
Yep.
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 Yep. How many have I done?
I've never worked this hard to live stream my entire life.
Sorry,
are we planning to come to Europe anytime soon?
We're in lockdown. We're not allowed out in our homes.
We would love to.
No, except I'm not allowed to talk about that. Beck told me.
No, we can talk about that. Anything right now. I don't really mind at the moment.
The cabbage is coming out. Do we have another question, or am I ranting?
No, you can rant about. I don't know.
I'm putting an ice block in my drink.
I don't know how to do with this anymore. I don't know what to do. This is just killing our stream completely.
All right, we're going to continue, and you're just going to have to work around it.
Okay. I might just have to. I don't know if I just turn off chat or something, but then I can't answer questions.
Well, you can ask some people if you've got a question. Email them to us.
Yeah, if you. It seems to be. I think someone's targeted us.
That's all right, but we can't. Everybody get pissed off if we kill it before we've eaten a taco.
We're not going to kill the live stream. I'm just trying to think of a way around this.
Yeah, they could email us. Beck will give you, no, they're not going to see it in chat because it's going to disappear.
I think someone said to be made a moderator, and I thought they were a legit person, and now I may have made a moderator, a bot, a moderator.
Or unmoderate him.
I'm trying to do that. I guess look at Peter so no one can see.
So you've moderated a bot.
No, I thought they were doing good at the start, and now they seem to be deleting questions that aren't.
Cancelled culture.
No,
So this is cancelled culture. Beck's cancelling everybody.
Oh my gosh! Can you just talk about whatever you're doing?
I'm talking about this is really nice. I'm on the second class. Don't judge. We're in lockdown. I'm allowed to.
How do I mod someone?
As soon as you can find a question, ask it.
Okay.
And
question is, do you leave any space for your own creativity on a shoot? What is your favourite set from the last year? There you go, double-ended one.
A double-ended one. Yes, I try to. So whenever my customers come in, I'll do, especially if they've got a set thing in mind they want done, which means they're not really my customers. They're pain. My real customers leave a lot of it up to me. But what I'll do the shoot, and then either halfway through or towards the end, I'll just say to the customer, hey, can we just diverse from this? I'm not going to charge you for the next hour, but I'm just going to show you what I'm thinking we should be doing. And I'll do that type of thing. And normally every time I do that, the customer never goes back to what they were doing. They buy more photos than they originally were going to buy. It works out a treat. So yeah, I try to, because at the end of the day, the customers are too attached to their product, and they come up with really, really dumb ideas because they're attached to it. I had one customer so hung up on her and her sister and the holiday house they lived in. Nobody else cares about that. And when you're selling shoes, definitely nobody else is emotively attached to this magenta-y 1980s color scheme you wanted the photos in, and this sort of badly flattened, boring color palette that was applied to that picture because it reminded you of the photos that were taken back in the 80s. So it's no good for your brand. Sorry. So with that customer, after that shoot was a disaster because she had a PR company that everything that she said they loved because she was paying them. Of course, they're not going to say anything bad. Whereas I'm saying, I don't get this. This is not going to sell shoes. To me, this is not working. And it didn't work. The sales were terrible. She came back and said, I listen to you, Peter, just do it your way. I need something. I need to sell a lot of shoes very quick, otherwise I'm out of business. So I did it my way, which was completely left of center, but it was still based on something she had said. And I liked the little line she said, so I just based the whole shoot on that sort of feeling. And it was basically pissed rich chicks. So girls who have lots of money still get drunk, and on a Friday night after work, They might go out and have a few drinks and just have one too many champagnes, and it's that sitting inappropriate, just that inappropriate sort of look that's cool. So I based the whole shoot on that, and her PR company told me to delete the pictures. She would never work with me again, so I sent the pictures to her. She said, "You're a genius," and she sold out her entire range and sacked her PR company. So from points like that, you really want your clients to have the belief in you that you can start to say, that's not going to work. Like, I don't get it. How's that going to sell this product? I think the second part of the question was most memorable shoot from last year.
Favourite setup, I believe it was.
Favourite setup. I had a few shoots I really enjoyed last year. I think one of my favourites for fun to do was making Beckware toilet paper. That was just a fun day for Beck and I. It was sort of like, so let's do something covert, and because toilet paper became more expensive than friggin' Chanel handbags in Australia, we just thought this was the best fashion, and it was just fun to try and get the toilet paper to sit where it sit, and the whole look and feel of the light. And I think both Beck and I had a ball doing that shoot. You're clapping your hands if you killed them.
Sorry to interrupt. So sorry to interrupt, Peter, but the only way I've been able to come up with a fix for this is, so I've turned off chat. So if you're still seeing comments pop up, I can't see them anymore. So just hit refresh. I'll give you like a couple of seconds, hit refresh on this page. Comments will stop coming up. And then if you have a legitimate question, you can either send it to Peter's Instagram. I've got my phone right here. Or you can send us an email, and Peter's email is peter@koukei.com.au. And
my email's all in our description as well, isn't it?
No, I don't want to put it in the description in case bots can read it.
All right.
I feel like bots can't understand what I'm actually saying. So, so that's what it is. So I've already got like heaps of people emailing us now.
Cool.
Love you all. Thank you all so much. So I'm going to leave chat turned off because that was absolutely disgusting. Like, ugh.
Well, I didn't even see a comment, so I can't comment.
Oh, they were horrible.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I'm not even going to repeat it. We might get like... Maybe if I pull faces, it'll keep you guys interested. So send us through questions on either Instagram or in emails. And chat is turned off, so we can just go back to the niceness of having guac and chips, making tacos. I'm going to reward myself with a glass of wine. If you've been here for a while, you know I do that. I'm going to stop talking like some weird TV presenter and give Peter a question.
Nobody sent one.
Will photography ever come back after the pandemic, or will it stay dead forever?
It didn't die. In fact, Beck said at the start of this stream that once we got out of lockdown, we just went crazy. We got really busy.
Yeah.
And even up to the point now that we've had to cancel a whole week's worth of work again because we're back in lockdown, but we're now getting bookings from band agencies needing their bands reshot because the bands are now a year older and they need to do their posters. So there's a lot of work to come. It's just a matter of you being in their eyes for them to actually see you to book you rather than book your competitor. Yeah.
But I think also during lockdown, people have spent so much time not doing much. They've also, they need photography now. And I feel like people I know who have their own clothing labels are like, oh, well, now I need someone to shoot it.
I've started to notice a reset in the fashion industry. So sort of round about Christmas time or just after Christmas, some of the really big labels have started to get really creative again. They've gone away from, because all the influencers went crazy during lockdown. I think most of the bigger and better labels have seen that the influencers and the all the e-commerce-y crap that was going on really didn't do the more expensive labels any good whatsoever. But all it did was the cheap Chinese and Indian made clothes that disintegrates within a week and is bad fitting and badly sewn. Those companies went well, but all the big companies really struggled. And I've noticed both Dior, McQueen and some of those campaigns, they've gone back to old-fashioned fashion shooting, like really, really cool storyboarded, not so much about what this dress looks like, but what you're going to feel like if you wear this dress.
Yeah. So it's, if anything, the pandemic's kind of reset everything. Like it stopped, I guess it gave everyone time to think in a way. If I get all philosophical. I won't get philosophical.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Is the camera on me?
Yes.
That's right. I just saw the back of your camera thing.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You're filming an empty room.
No, it's not on me. It's on you.
I think I've done enough.
Hi, Peter and Beck. I have expensive Nikon gear, but I can never get sharp pictures. I understand this is probably the Nikon lenses, but do you need really expensive equipment to get sharp pictures?
No. You're almost likely looking for too sharp. Seriously, your Nikon's, even 20-year-old Nikon glass is sharp. So I think you're trying to zoom in 100% and see a razor sharp image. So that's super sharp, especially if you're shooting girls. That's like bad. All the models I talk to do not want sharp. They don't want to see every minute bit of their skin.
No, I mean, I know I don't.
And that's not what... The people who want super, super sharp, that's more camera club, and that's more gear photographers. People who are, oh, look how sharp this is. Not, look at this amazing image. Look how sharp it is. And sharp doesn't mean good. So be careful what you're asking for. If it's not sharp because you haven't focused properly, either get your camera checked to make, or check it yourself to make sure it's focusing properly. My older system would always, she'd compose and lean in as she took the photo, and she'd be shooting at 2.8. So everything was always back focused. And it was only when I pointed out to you, whenever you're about to take a picture, you lean in. But I was watching a thing today, which was a photographer doing a demo, and he brought the picture up. And he goes, oh, it's not sharp. And I thought, that is plenty sharp enough for the world. That's all the world wants. If you want to zoom in and see every pore of the skin, that's only for photographers. Nobody else wants to see that. Mm. Take great photos. Really, people don't look how sharp a photo is. They look at the content.
Exactly.
Photographers look at how sharp a photo is.
Rob has sent us an email, so his email system is working. Oh no, he sent that same one. My bad, sorry. Move on to the next one. Michael would like to know, do you have a recommendation for spicy sauce?
Spicy sauce? I've got a whole rack of sauces.
The wall that should be in shot.
No, I don't think they can quite see my wall of sauce.
Move the thingamabob.
I'll finish rolling this one out, so I need to get my fish going in a minute.
Cool. Then we'll show you some spicy sauce.
I'll show you some of my favourites. I've got right up to, if you ever watched Hot Ones, I've got quite a few of the ones that go to the end of Hot Ones.
We can show you.
I think we should do, this would be good on live. We're going to get Beck to do a tasting of each of the sauces.
Let's not do a...
Let's not do it.
Let's not do a Hot Ones with Beck.
Let's do a Hot Ones with Beck. That'd be funny.
Show how much of a white girl I am.
Alright, so if I show you a couple of my favourites, this is just a very common one, but is one of my favourites.
So that's Peter's entire wall of hot sauce.
Oh, no, it's only, there's another wall down there. But so that's one of my favourites for just every day.
That's just the normal one you get in like Mexican restaurants.
Right. The next one, which I introduced Beck onto, is that one.
That one's the best. It's the like smoky chipotle one of the same brand. It's not burning yet. This is pretty good. We got this from Shoreditch in the UK. It's called Holy F. Holy F sauce. That's Jared really liked that, didn't he? They can't see the labels if you hold off. The lighting's not perfect. No, they still can't see it. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Then I've got things like Angry Cock. But that's going to rip you a new one. And then right through to Sudden Death and the ones up the top. But that would be my favourites. My favourite chicken. I love, there's a buffalo wings one up here that I really like for chicken. And the sauce we're going to use tonight is another one which is readily available everywhere. Can you read that?
No.
Oh.
No, it's okay. I can hold it up maybe on my screen.
No, can you read it?
I can read it. I can even show them.
What does it say?
I'll show them on mine.
Oh, you can't read it.
I can't pronounce it, but it's this one.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't either.
There we go. That's one of Peter's favourite that we're going to use tonight.
Hello, little dog.
Little puppy.
Little angry dog. Yes.
So that's...
Right, so there's the
answers
source
that.
question.
That's the source question. I'm deleting them as I go.
I think I've done enough tacos. Oh shit, I've done heaps. I'll stop on tacos. I'll start on...
So you guys said don't let this nonsense put you off. We haven't. We've fixed it. We're great and funny. Thank you for the effort from Holland. Thank you so much. No, we're continuing. I found a roundabout way. I don't know why this is happening.
So as the last comment, they can see our redirection comment.
I haven't left a comment. I've just told them to refresh and just email us. But if they refresh the page...
anyone who comes on now...
anyone who's joining us now, I've turned off live chat because we were getting spammed by bots. So please
Can you add that into chat?
No, because I've turned off chat. So maybe I'll put it in description.
They won't go to description.
They won't get description. If you're joining us now and you have a question, please just either Instagram or email us. Peter's email is peter@koukei.com.au. Guido says, hi, both of you. Hello. When Peter coaches models, do you work with an exclusive contract then, or are the models allowed to work with other photographers?
Oh, yeah, no, I have no exclusivity.
The bots found our email.
The bot found our email.
Yeah.
It'll be a real person then.
That's what I mean. I feel
It's a real person. There'll be another photographer who doesn't like me. Yeah, it means a real person. It means they're listening.
That's what I meant. That's why I just gave him. I gave him a real angry face. I squinted my eyebrows real hard. What's the worst habit a model has that annoys you or can stop the shoot?
I don't know if a model's ever made me stop a shoot.
Yeah.
But habits is them thinking that they're adjusting things on themselves, not seeing the picture from the camera side. So they think by doing this, it's made it better. So they're forever readjusting their hair, they're forever adjusting their clothes. Whereas as a stylist on set that are going to look after those things, it's just modelled, and you know, if your hair's wrong, a stylist will come in. If your clothes are wrong, a stylist will come in. I think that's the most annoying thing I've ever had. I can't remember the model who did it, but I can remember the actual client goes, we have people who look after that, just model. She goes, but the hair's crooked. And she goes, no, it's the way we want it. And she was getting paid for it, so it was pretty annoying.
Pretty annoying.
I think it was before your days.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
You don't recall?
I don't recall. John would like to know, have you used the new Hasselblad XH.8 adapter? He got his last week and found it useful.
Yeah, go to YouTube. We've got YouTube.
Sorry,
what's
guys.
it called? F1.8 with flash.
Oh, is that where?
Yeah,
Oh.
F1.8 with flash. Well, that's me. I absolutely love it. I like it better than I like using my 100mm with that adapter on the X more than I liked using the 80mm f1.8 Hasselblad. So I had more control. The autofocus seems to work all right, but the manual focus is to die for when you put your peaking on and learn how much yellow in the eye is when it's sharp on the eye.
Kev said...
Kev
has asked us, he's just got the Mamiya 645. Do you still use film occasionally for nostalgia?
I still have Mamiya, what's it, RB67 or something. I've still got a Hasselblad 503 and I've got an old Minolta. I still have all those old film cameras. I also have some film backs which go straight onto my digital cameras, so I can just click off my 50 megapixel and click on a film back. I still use it, that's time. It slows my whole time down. I've got maybe 15 rolls that I've had developed, and I think I've only shown the world maybe 4 pictures out of those 15 rolls. I love them. It's just Yeah, maybe if I retire, I'll go back to film, but at the moment, time thing kills me. And look, some of the stuff I can now do, I've got some tricks where I overlay film textures that I've taken with my Hasselblad, and dropping them over a picture is giving me even more control than I had over film. So I'm tending to go that way a little bit.
Stefano would like to know, do you have any advice on how to be creative at home without lots of space for shooting, especially setting up a studio and being creative with household items for lighting, background, etc.?
Yeah,
Thank you both and enjoy your meal. I'm so excited for it.
we've got to get cooked first. You're hardly eating any of the guac. You really don't like it, do you?
I do like it.
Yeah, go and blame some robot. There's no robot. We found it's a real person.
Well, they had been really similar. I really want to stop giving them attention. It's just really throwing me off. But
That's all right.
and now that I've turned chat off, I don't even know if I can even show Peter to prove that I'm not a crazy person. But that's okay. It was there. It was a real thing. Anyways, go back to answering your question of how to be creative at home.
You should be able to be creative anywhere. Like Beck's already seen, we did a shoot in my bathroom here.
Yeah, we did that.
We were in the crappiest little motel the other day. The tiniest little motel, like Beck said, the smallest motel. And we did a toilet shoot in there and a bed shoot in there that came up cool. Mm-hmm. A lot of the Airbnbs were working in a pretty tiny. And we're doing commercial work in them.
But they more want to know how to set up a studio and stuff.
Well, you're going to have a variable studio, because if you don't have the space, you're going to have to vary whatever you're doing based on the type of look you want. So if you've got a backdrop material and you don't have much room, you're going to have, if you want a dark background, you're going to have to use darker backdrops. You can't just use white and then move further away. I don't know, it's a play. I really enjoy that environment of playing. Have I done them all? Yep. Playing in a space that's not easy to work in. Sorry, I'm just doing my. That's it. That one's off. Yeah, playing, and I really don't like pre-set up things. So I pretty much treat every single job I do as a one-off. So I'm happy to find a new room for this shoot. Are you talking commercially? If it's just corporate not corporate headshots, personal headshots, I don't think your clients are going to matter. They're going to look at your folio and say, yeah, I know that wall. And there's a photographer in Australia that shoots a lot in one tree in a backyard. You see that one tree all the time because it's a great big tree. And that's her look, and lots of people are happy.
There is a big tree in their garden.
They've got a big tree in their garden. Hi, Mandra.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off.
You threw me.
I just had to make a call. Were you going to continue, or did I just?
No, I was waiting for the next
question. Sorry, I just had to make.
Well, I thought I answered it.
You did. And then I made a joke. Ben says, hope lockdown isn't too bad this time around. Well, we will wait and see. We're not going to talk about that though. We're trying to do positive vibes over here. Ew, I'm changing my
glass half locked down.
Thank you for emailing us. Again, if you're just joining us now, please email us our questions and we will answer them there or on Instagram. Ben would like to know, in your travel lighting kit, he made a point of the fact that your Pro Photo umbrella is silver on the inside as opposed to the white option. Could you explain the difference?
Yeah, if I use the silver, it's going to be to throw for a long distance. So white doesn't have very strong reflection. So with white, you tend to lose power off your light. And if I want to pull f8 with a sock on the front, I really need that silver to punch out through the sock that's on the front. Then if I was to swing it, take the sock off the front, I would take it further away and use it as more distant type of light. And because it's parabolic, you can slide the head in. I can just use in here, or I can use it as a full parabolic. And with white, it won't parabolic. So sliding in and out doesn't do much difference to the light at all. Whereas on a silver, sliding your head in and out makes a massive dog. It's only Beck. Makes a massive difference to the effect of the light. Yeah, I think that's the main reason. Do you remember the question? What are you looking at?
I was just checking
Oh,
the
you're seeing
battery.
if you're going to be pretty.
I was checking the battery levels.
Yeah, right.
If I wanted to check that, I could check it over here.
Check it over here.
Then also would like to know, his wife and I shoot together and often feel they've missed crucial details in lighting or poses. Maybe they're not being critical enough. We would love some advice on how to slow down a bit during the shoot.
If you can't tether, the very, very best thing to do on a shoot, because sometimes tethering's just awkward sometimes. When you've done it as long as I have, it becomes second nature. We live to live with that umbilical cord and all the problems that come with it. But most people hate the tethering thing. So your slowdown should be every half an hour. Quickly download the pictures to your laptop and sit down and go through them carefully. Have a coffee, go through them. Then you'll see what, oh shit, this is really good, but we should have maybe done this. Look at the pictures visually and then judge your pictures visually so you know then what to adjust rather than, don't do technical, don't start measuring numbers and that. You really have to look at the picture as a picture. Does this look good? Oh no, that thing's annoying me in the background, or maybe we're working the wrong color balance, or maybe this isn't the right room to shoot in. Oh, thumbs are going crazy. I think
Also,
you're spamming us.
Also,
I
then
think Beck's spamming us.
I was just talking to Kev, who's offered to moderate, but I'm scared to turn the chat back on. Ben's last question is, they're moving to Melbourne later in the year and would love to organise a mentor session.
Don't. Anywhere but Melbourne. I hear that, well, Gaza Strip's nicer this time of year. It's going to be better than Melbourne. Beck's pulling me faces. Anyway, go on.
Would love to organise a mentor session with you. Can you let us know how we go about that? Please just either email this same email you have or just change it to Rebecca, which is embarrassingly enough my full name, and email me and we can help you with all the details and definitely set that up for you and help you further with that.
Nearly up to temperature.
We're also nearly up to date, which is, oh no, we're getting more people. Yay, thank you guys for emailing us instead of...
Do I need to have my iPad here reading messages?
No, it's fine, I've got it.
You're up to date? You sure you can
ban or
have
block
code?
any derogatory comments. Look, I'm too scared to turn the chat back on. I've got people offering to help me, but...
Well, it's not going to hurt if you do.
And I now know people that I can possibly set as mods.
Maybe just grab a couple of those, moderate a couple, get those people you trust,
Yeah.
and then turn it back on. We're getting them through the other side anyway, so we can just ignore them.
Okay.
And that'll give us more stuff to show it, throw at YouTube to say, hey guys.
I'm scared though. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'll continue answering the emailed ones that have come through.
Yeah, but please continue asking on email and
Please.
Instagram, because
It's
then
helpful.
if our YouTube girls go crazy, we're still seeing your questions.
Exactly. Dave has just started a website to help bring some business to their studio. Is there any advice or something you wish you had on your website earlier that you can tell them about, like terms of service or anything like that?
One thing Beck knows it's my pet hate is frequently asked questions. If you have a frequently asked question section, it meant you don't have it clearly on your page for people to find. So that's my biggest hates on pages that have that. They already know what the problem is, so answer it somewhere within your page. Keep your page really, really simple. The less you write, the better. People don't care about, there's so many things that people write on their pages that really does not affect why they would book you. You've really got to aim in of what you can do for your clients, not who you are, or like in the real world, I can tell you straight, most clients do not care if you've won an award. It means nothing to them. They don't care if you're an international photographer. Sorry, you're based in this little country town. They don't care. It's not what they're looking for. But what they do want to see is what you are going to do for them. So we are caring for our clients' needs. We create images to enhance our clients. We create I can't think of one of the things I normally push is we create family heirlooms, things that the grandchildren will fight over that picture. Aim at the things that are going to really mean something to your clients, because what you've done, what amazing things you've done doesn't mean that they're going to get a good picture. It just means that, yeah, you've won some award. That means nothing to them. You're so much better off spending your time, spending the few words they're going to read is words that it's going to say to them, they're going to make my day very memorable, and they're going to make this a good experience for me. That's what you want your clients to think. Well, think about. I think I answered that.
I think you answered that very well.
The other thing is, you have a look on other people's web pages, the stuff that you're going to. So it might be a product page you're going to buy something from, and see how much you actually read of that stuff on other people's pages, and that'll sort of then also point out really how relevant is all of that stuff. I should just be using the few words people are going to read as something that's going to sell the emotion I'm going to create for that person. It's bubblings.
Bubblings. Stephen would like to know, what is your favourite camera/lens combination, either digital or film, and your reasons why?
In film, I absolutely loved my 70-200 on EOS 1. It was my favourite because it's when I really actually had a better idea of photography. Like, even though I owned a 503 Hasselblad, and it had some just the Zeiss 80mm, I didn't know how to use it properly, so I never saw the benefits of it. But in today's age, the Hasselblad with the 100 on it, I absolutely love that. I do enjoy shooting my Sonys with the Zeiss Otis. They're very, very expensive lenses. But I also like shooting the Zeiss with, I've got a couple of Leica lenses, and I've got a couple old, what are they, Distagon lenses from Zeiss, which are all manual. I really enjoy shooting with them. But at the moment, I would say the combo I pick up the most is my Hasselblad with the 100 on it. Next. Look at all of that one.
Darren would like to know if there's something wrong with me because I'm not drinking wine. Well, I am.
She is drinking wine, don't worry. You're just not seeing the amount she's drinking. She's on
I'm drinking wine, I just wasn't.
She's on her fourth bottle.
Not on my fourth bottle. I've also, this live stream's aging me, and I've got veins popping out of my head because of these things we don't want to mention anymore. But don't worry, I'm still drinking wine. I'm always drinking wine. I've been drinking wine for a while. It's me. You guys know me. If you've been around here for a while, you know it's all I do. It's kind of, I often say, actually, if it gets to 5, I shouldn't say 5. If it gets to 6 and I haven't had a wine, I often say there's too much blood in my wine stream. It's a horrible thing. Don't start a trend of that. But
yeah, if I get to 6 in the morning and I haven't had some whiskey, I'm that way.
Yeah, it's very much like that. Prasad would he's watching our feed now, and thank you. I hope you're still here, so I'm being a little bit slow. They love outdoor portraits and are struggling between choosing a 35mm or an 85mm for portraits. If you look at their profile, they did most with 75mm using a Tamron. Do you think 85 would be better? I think I know what Peter's going to say, but I'll throw it to Peter.
Well, no, an 85 to a 75, you're really not going to see much difference. It's going to be more the quality or the glass you're using. I'm not sure the 85 that you're going to be comparing with your 75. The 35, like I've seen, there's a Russian photographer that does the most amazing portraiture work with a 35mm on everything, and he's shooting it pretty much wide open, and it's to die for. Absolutely really like his work. I can't get what he gets because it's what he specializes in. I shoot 35 a lot if I'm shooting fashion, So I do like shooting wide, but he does get a look that I haven't seen anybody else get. So I find it really good what he does. 85, which my 100, I think my 100 on the Hasselblad equals about an 80. So it's really going to come down to your favorite lens. What makes you feel good is what's going to take, you're going to take the best pictures. It's that simple. If this lens makes you feel good, use it. Don't even care about what the number says. If it's your look and you like it, just use it. There's street photographers out there that'll shoot with a 200. There's other street photographers that swear by 35 or 50. It really comes down to what you like, and the better you feel about the gear that's in your hand, the better the photo you're going to take. Oops. We're getting close to eating, Beck.
We're getting close to eating? That's exciting. All right, I just turned chat back on. I'm nervous. I've got a few people that said they'd help me mod. I just need to like find their...
So you got a few people that says what?
They'd mod.
So does it just instantly come back again? So does that mean they're watching? It's a person watching?
I don't know. I mean, everything until then has been...
Anyway.
Next. Anyway, I've turned it on.
Questions.
Next question. I'll see if there was anything on Instagrams. Let's check Peter's Insta. So people saying thank you for answering, loving the stream. Failure to load earlier messages. What do you think of paying to get published in magazines? And
So
do we know of Caviar website, and what do you think of paying to get published in magazines?
Nah, forget it. Don't do it. Refuse to do it. I've noticed it recently. Some of the, especially magazines like Playboy and things like that. If you want to get in there, you have to. Even the model has to pay. And no, don't do it. These magazines will go under without good photography and good models. As soon as you go, oh, I'm going to be famous, everyone's going to know that you paid for that. It's like when you can see an Instagram site, you know they paid for likes, or you know they paid for followers. So do you want to be the guy who you know had to pay to be in a magazine? No. But you don't need to. Magazines have got so little circulation these days. You're so much better either approaching online magazines that don't ask for that, or just show the world your pictures on your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can even show them on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with you putting up a gallery of your best images and grab a bit of YouTube royalty-free music and just edit as a slideshow. You'd be surprised. Put a nice, not clickbait message, but just a nice message to say something that's not clickbait, something that's going to actually point them that it could be my favorite photos I've ever taken, or something like my gallery, or whatever, just something to show people and then point people to look at it. And the good thing about things like the galleries of photos that are sort of like the Ken Burns effect of them fading in and out, you actually get addicted to them a little bit because you can't stop it easily. You enjoy that sort of flicking through the story of someone's journey through photography. So I would be pushing that way. I think our chicken's done.
Our chicken?
Yeah. Oh, you thought we were eating
That's
fish.
That's weird, because I thought we were having fish tacos. I don't know when it changed.
I tricked you.
Another...
she's just sitting there.
Another question I forgot to actually came through as a email from Rob, which said might be a bit personal to me, or even I can answer. He's not a fan of tattoos, and it seems there are more pictures of people with a lot of tattoos on them, but how do we handle models with too many tattoos for the shoot, if there is a thing?
Well, they're not the model you would shoot.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to personal taste.
It comes down to personal taste. Like, I've got I'm not a big fan of your Instagrammer, pritzy, soft porny looking model, the one that the boobs and bummy.
Oh yeah.
So I tend just not to shoot models like that.
So if you don't want a heavily tattooed model, then just don't.
You don't shoot. There's lots of girls out there without tattoos, and it's like, I had a comment, I think yesterday, on someone, oh, when are you going to show a picture of Anna's back? I'd love to see her tattoo. So there's people that like tattoos and some people that don't. And we find this especially on YouTube, the haters out there. There's a model that we work with, Stefania. So there's people that like plus size and people that hate plus size. Well, if you hate plus size, you're not going to shoot plus size. That's your call.
Yeah, and it's no different to the video we have with Sarah Fable, who is heavily tattooed, and
she's stunningly beautiful, but without her tattoos, there's her soul gone.
That's her.
That's the part of who she is.
There were so many comments saying, like, oh, yuck, like, why did she... But it's just personal taste, and then there's people like me who have a few, but I'm getting this one removed, and it's like, it's coming down. It's
going.
Ooh, this, I can see what people are saying. People are saying it looks jagged when we move around. Whoa.
That just means the internet's going slow.
Oh, it says excellent connection. People, someone had a go at us before actually. Said, why is it in interlaced mode? Interlaced went out of style. How did you screw that up? Screw it up.
Sorry, if you're using Blackmagic, it has to be an interlace. You've got no choice. We're running 2 cameras, not 1 camera. Tell us something else to run and we'll try it. I don't know.
Sorry, we screwed it up.
We take photos. We don't profess to be live stream experts.
We try.
We do this for the people who want to experience and talk to us.
It is really.
Yeah, that sounds like that's the internet.
Whoa. No, it's not. It's excellent. We screwed it up, Peter.
Oh, you screwed it up.
We screwed it up.
But if interlace doesn't stop and start, does it? I don't know. I wouldn't know what I'm doing. Gertjan, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Loves your philosophy on gear. Thank you for the recipes, by the way. Can't wait to try them.
We're about to. So can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
So I'm going to build one.
Okay.
So homemade tortilla. I grab a little bit of the sour cream and pickles. I grab a little bit of lettuce. Come on. A little bit more. I grab a couple of pieces of fishes. I grab a little bit of the hot sauce I like. Beck doesn't have to use this, but
use it. I like hot sauce now.
Now.
No.
Put a little dribble.
And then I'll ask you another question. After you finish explaining. Apparently you need a VCR from the same person that said about
a VCR?
Yeah.
I only got a beta.
What?
Oh, so you're not old enough to know about what beta is?
I don't.
He will know what it is.
What do you think about BenQ monitors?
Great for the price. Really good for their price. Right, just wrap it and then eat it.
Oh, I can answer. Oh no, the next one.
That's good, Beck. That's really good.
I'll have one in a second. What do you think?
No, you're not. Do you want me to make you one?
That'd be nice.
Nice.
What mirrorless do you prefer? I think I can answer that one. He prefers Sony. Am I correct? Do I win a taco?
Sony for 35mm and the Hasselblad for the medium format.
Oh, well there you go. I was close. Do I still win a taco?
I'm gonna make you a taco.
Thank you. Are we married?
No, thanks. Okay. Oh my God, what a disaster that was. Waking up to that in the morning. Ugh.
Peter's beautiful wife, who he is married to, is just in
watching
the other
TV
room,
in
actually,
the other room.
watching TV.
With 3 dogs.
No, definitely not, Peter. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Yeah, Beck wouldn't have. Beck doesn't want to have children. Hey!
What programs do you use to switch video cams like this? So we're using a thing called Blackmagic, and I do have all the gear listed in the description of everything we're using to stream and stuff we're using.
Yeah, the guy who's talking about interlace, please tell us what we can use to flick two, 3 or 4 cameras and multiple channels of sound. You tell us a device we can use that doesn't need interlace.
He's telling me to stop moving so fast because it's making him throw up. I'll move really slowly.
But that's got to be the web thing because we don't normally have this.
I don't know what's going on.
Which web are you on?
This is the one. This is only. I don't. Which web am I on? This is only. It's on this one. It's just one person who's having a problem there.
It's only one. Yeah, but you're seeing it, so.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. But oh no, wait. It is on the. It's just on the normal one.
Yeah, that might be why. But we've got bad internet in Australia.
I can change it to 5G EXT. Does that change?
Is that going to cut us off though?
I don't know.
We are in Australia with the slowest internet in the world.
Yeah, I should flick it to Peter instead of me because we don't need to watch me eat.
So you're going to put it on me of me eating.
Of you eating.
Thank you.
Questions. People, when is your next workshops in Sydney? Oh, no data. Are we back? I don't know.
Are we back? And that's got nothing to do with interlace. That's to do, remember I said earlier, I don't think we should be on the 5G.
We were.
Oh, were we? I thought you said we were just on normal.
Well, I changed it.
But did that cut us off?
No, it's still there.
Are we going? Oh, I thought you said we got cut off.
We changed it, so hopefully it stops the problem.
Oh, right.
Sorry,
I think that might be, we got really crap internet.
Hypers. I think that's your name.
You're going to ask me a question, or
No,
you're just
I'm
going to
gonna
let
ask you a
people stare at me scoffing?
When's your next workshops in Sydney?
We're planning for August, September, but with this latest lockdown in Melbourne, we've got no friggin' idea. We snuck out before the lockdown. We were able to get to Albury. We did a Sydney one for Hasselblad, and we went to Canberra. But we're trying to plan, but it's really hard in Australia at the moment because the premiers just want to keep shutting borders.
Chris is. No, you keep going.
But Beck and I were looking at August, September, weren't we?
Late August.
Yeah. But August, September, so that later.
Just about that, yeah.
Right. Well, keep eating. I need to make my wife some tea. I fed you, and I should feed my wife.
Do that. I'll talk to people.
Well, just ask me questions. I can talk and walk. Is that nice?
It's delicious.
Delicious.
LED light bars, ever try? Thoughts?
We're about to do, I don't really do gear reviews, but if someone wants to send me something to play with, I'll use it a little bit in start of filming. If it's crap, I'll just send it back to them. If, oh, this is at a nice budget and I think people would enjoy this, I will, and we're about to do one, I will put something up. I'll show you us actually using stuff for the first time and tell you our experiences with it and if we think it's worth the money or not worth the money. But we're not going to do reviews, that's not what I do. But I have got a couple of 3 or 4 different LED light systems that Beck and I want to do a comparison to show people that some of the stuff that's out there.
You go deliver food.
We can ask questions.
You can ask questions. So flick to me while I look for questions before I make myself. The taco was so good. As I said before, I dropped the recipe in the description, so if you guys want to make it, fantastic. I didn't put what type of fish we used because I don't know what's available in your country, but for ours we just used flake, which I think is a gummy shop. But really, really delicious. Highly recommend.
Do you want another one?
I would love another one, thank you. Assistant.
Oh, you want another bottle already?
No, it's the
I'm
same
joking.
one I've been going on.
I'm trying to get the haters.
The haters.
Was that too hot or was that all right?
No, it was perfect. Happy Clickerbug saw you titled the Octabox left or right to change the intensity of the light. What's the difference? Where did that question go? What's the difference with doing that and moving the Octa back instead?
What I was doing, whenever I'm turning the light, I'm tilting the power of the light somewhere different, which means the power's coming off the subject, but it might be coming on something else that's bouncing it back in a different direction.
I should change it off for me, sorry.
So it's taking the main power off, but it might be adding some fill power on. It really depends. I can't answer this as just a broad question because it really depends on what I did to wear. But a lot of time turning it off will turn it down. Direction light will stay exactly the same. The size of the light will depreciate just a little bit, but not enough that you could even tell. And I find it so much quicker and easier just to rotate the light a little bit away rather than sliding it back and forward. It's just a me thing.
Just do your thing.
And also that sort of feathering thing I do like doing because it just means that you're diverting the power to somewhere else. I'll let you put your own limes on it.
Oh, thanks. Deliciosa.
Deliciosus. Sorry for anybody who's hungry out there, but we're just stuffing our face.
Well, I'm hungry. I was stressed hungry.
You're stress hungry. You're hangry.
I'm just going to chime in to say I find it the funniest that I set myself... Oh, it's only me that it does the interlacing thing, so I'm sorry person that's unhappy with it. It's only when it's on me. But today...
Oh, so it's your camera?
Yeah, but you can only see it on here.
So when it's on my camera, it doesn't do it? I wonder if that's a 5C thing. Maybe it's a Sony thing.
Maybe I want to look trippy.
Maybe you're interlaced.
Maybe I am. Anyways, this was the one live stream that we tried to make sure that we were so prepared for. No stress. But let's go. I'm not stressed anymore. Everything's all Gucci
So
now.
why did you invite the bots?
All Gucci now. Who invited the comedian? Anyways, Happy Clickerbug saw you tilted the octabox left or right to change intensity of light. What's the difference with doing that and moving the octa back instead?
You've already asked me that.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry.
Oh my God! Do you want another one with this?
No, I'm sorry. I don't actually listen to your answers.
No, but you asked the question.
I thought it sounded familiar. I thought it sounded really familiar.
Oh, it's after 5 o'clock. Beck's knocked off. She's left the building.
Don't worry about me, guys. I'm fine. When does Photo Chef can be seen on the TV, the new Peter and Beck cooking show? That'd be cool. I'm happy to do that. Where's a good store to buy a white tank top like the one you often use in your pics? I guess they mean the
boob shirt.
Yes.
If we knew, we'd tell you.
I'm pretty sure it was from Urban Outfitters.
That's a really old t-shirt though, but it might have been. I've got a grey one that came from Urban Outfitters. So try Urban Outfitters. I think if it was anywhere, it would have been LA.
Somewhere, but it was not from anywhere fancy.
It's like the last. Sorry.
I can't believe I asked the same question twice. You haven't even given me tequila yet.
Oh well, yeah, we'll do it together. It's like one of the last shoots at the Beck on Black.
Oh, that everyone told us we should retitle.
With that shoot, that was just some crappy site that came up in my Facebook feed, and it was a different outfit that came up, and I thought, oh, that could be cool for a photo shoot. I know it's going to be crappy, but it could be cool for a photo shoot.
It was.
And anybody who wants to know what this is, I can't pronounce it and you can't see it, but the bottle's nice.
I can hold it on my...
There you go. Don't shot it. It's a sip tequila, not a shot tequila, all right? Cheers, big ears. Oh, it's too nice for you. Sorry, you can't drink that.
No.
That's way too nice for you.
It's very mean. I'm the one who handled the situation.
Which you didn't handle very well. You were having. If anybody could have seen a camera on her, she was melting down big time. That whole thing you said with interlace, that was how quick she was moving.
When would I ever panic or stress? That is so unlike me. I am just cool car. I am as cool as a cucumber. I would never stress about anything in my life. Do you want me to ask the same question again, or?
Do I answer it? We're really bad. We should never do this again.
This is good fun. Marcel says, I wanted to thank you for getting through lockdown. You are very welcome.
We haven't got through it yet.
We...
Sorry, Beck. Beck told me I'm not allowed to talk about lockdown.
Hola amigos, tacos. Wow, awesome. Yeah, it's tacos and tequila. We are like dying for when we can leave Australia and actually come to real Mexico. I can't wait to eat a real taco in Mexico. Like a real one, and drink real tequila.
Don't know if you would though.
I totally would.
So you'll have a goat taco.
No, I won't have that. I'll have real like...
That's a real taco.
No, I'll have real street tacos. Peter, did you have troubles to charge people for your work when you started with photography? Many starting photographers are scared to ask for money for their work.
Well, it's pretty simple. If you charge nothing, you'll never get paid. So what I mean is, if you had a band come to you, and they're an up-and-coming band, and have a really good sound, and you say, yeah, I'll do this for nothing, and they say, yeah, if you do this for nothing, when we get big and famous, we will take you with us. Nah, not in a million years. Because once they get big and famous, we're not going to go with the guy who didn't charge. We're going to go with this really expensive, amazing photographer. So it's literally the worst thing you can do is commercial stuff for nothing. So the best way to start off is you need to say to think, I need to hire this, or I need to hire this, or this, and make them pay $50. And as soon as you've charged them once, they're used to always paying, and you can sneak them up. You've really got to look at, is my work worth charging? Like, is it good enough to be paid for? And if your answer is yes, don't be shy, don't undercut, don't be a bottom feeder. Just without even flinching, you say, yeah, my daily rate's $3,500 a day, half day's $1,800, my retouching rate's $250 an hour. And they'll either accept it or they don't accept it. And you can come up with your figures, but as soon as you go, I can do you a better deal. No, you just said that you're not confident in your work. So it's really important that you work where you feel comfortable, and your rate might be $150 an hour, might be $100 an hour. Really, if your work's good, I wouldn't be going under $100 an hour. That's actually bottom feeding. The other thing is, look at people who mow lawns. What are we doing? Oh,
I was just saying next to you, because I was going to tack on to what you were saying.
If think about it carefully, how much is a lawnmower going to charge you to mow your lawn per hour? How much is a car washer going to charge you per hour? So they might charge you $23 to wash your car, but they could have done 4 cars in that time. So it's really $100 an hour. Carefully look at. Don't down yourself that you're a photographer. You've just got to say, well, I have a skill. This is my skill. They've booked me because I like my work. So this is not something that I will put in my folio. It's no benefit to me. I need to charge. And this is what I charge.
Well, I had someone contact me on Instagram the other day asking me
talking for a minute.
How much I charge per hour for nude shoots, and my response was, well, I don't do nude, but this is what I charge per hour. And when I told Peter that, he was like, well, if you're not doing nude, that is a lot per hour. But then I was like, oh no, maybe I won't send it. But I just had to think, well, no, like I'm good at what I do. I've been doing.
No, you're not.
Thanks. Thank you for that.
Anytime.
I thought I was good at what I do, and I thought that, yeah, even if that is what I've been charging per hour, I can get a lot done in an hour.
I didn't think you do nude.
Oh, I said I don't do nude.
Oh. I thought you were talking about your nude hourly rate.
No, I don't do that. They asked me what I charge for nude, and I said I don't do nude, but this is what I charge. But you see, you weren't even here to listen to me. Now you're derailing me.
Like a train. Do you need another taco?
No, I'm actually kind of full. I might have one in a little bit. Might have a dirty, rotten, filthy. But well, I forgot we have people emailing us questions as well.
Oh, look, quick, we'll put it on there.
Now we have lots of, okay, so Jeff said stressful night moderating.
Was he a moderator, was he?
No, he said stress. He could see how much I was stressing. Jeff, okay. I will answer your first part privately. Question for the stream: when shooting an event, conference, awards night, what are Peter's thoughts on camera flash diffusers like mag mods, etc., or just bounce from walls / ceilings better?
On camera flash, I love that look. So
Excuse me.
I'm not a fan, and I don't like mentioning this photographer's name because he's an absolute sleazebag, but Terry Richardson made a hell of a lot of money out of on-camera flash. He didn't develop it. It's paparazzi. It's been used since the 40s. The old Metz flashes was exactly the same thing. But then you got people like Alan von Unworth, who uses that look a lot and gets the most amazing pictures. She gets covers. She shot every big celebrity she shot. You know, she did Rihanna's cover. She put out a set today. It was just amazing. So don't be scared. On camera flash straight at the friggin' model. If you balance it right with the background, it looks incredible. I really, really enjoy shooting that way. Then you can run modifiers. You can bounce them off ceilings, bounce them off walls. I used to have to shoot in clubs. I used to do VIP shooting. So a club would say, all right, we've got 2 really big VIPs, so we can afford Peter. I would come in, and my job was just to shoot the pictures of the VIPs, of them having a really good time, as well as making sure that people could see it was in this particular club. And all of that I did with on-camera flash, and the amount of times that I had, you know, people that were really big, and they'd say, can I see the shots? And I'll show them the back of the camera and go, oh my God, man. And it was just that. You can get some great pictures with on-camera flash. Don't be scared.
I like it's certain time and places. On camera flash looks sick.
Sick, mate.
Sick.
Did you like the tequila? You didn't answer me.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I was too busy reading other people's questions to do with your questions. It is a little bit nice. Like lots nice. Took my little tequila shudder though.
Give me a long question, and you can go out and have your Moret, and then we'll move to the same side.
Okay. Hang on. I'm trying to find a...
Oh, come on.
What kind of gear do you use when you shoot outside? Just a camera.
Just a camera, pretty much. Really, Beck see me. I don't walk around with reflectors or anything. I just walk around with a camera only. And an assistant that stays a fair way away so it doesn't look like we're doing a commercial photo shoot.
Yes. Is the chaos in the hair a professional preference, or is this a fashion thing?
Are you talking about your hair or my hair?
I don't know. I haven't heard of what chaos in the hair is. And how does it...
Chaos is sort of like crazy, but if it's in my hair, it just means I'm overdue for a haircut.
If it's in mine, it means I probably haven't washed it. Maybe they just mean in general, because normally there is like kind of like the big...
I do like chaos.
Well, you did just post on Instagram that photo of Rara, so...
Oh yeah, well there's nothing but hair.
Might be that. Yeah. Big hair's always amazing. Is the ProPhoto B10 significantly powerful as a primary light? Gohan's considering buying a duo kit.
I'm terrible with numbers.
B10 Plus is the power little battery operated one, little tiny one.
I've only got the B10, not the Plus, and it's amazing. So the Plus is going to be even better. I've pulled F8. I had to have the umbrella, the octabox a bit close than normal, but I could pull F8 at 100 ISO with that. The Plus would definitely, I could pull my octabox or big umbrella off further.
You are interlacing as well.
Am I interlacing as well?
Yeah. Anyway, continue, sorry.
I don't know why it's doing it. I never used to do it, does it?
No. Anyway, continue.
Anyway. Oh, you killed my flow, girl. Yeah, there's actually, I think, we put the travel kit up, didn't I, with me shooting?
Yeah.
Have a look on our YouTube. There's click video and just zigzag down until you see my travel kit. And you'll see I'm using it, and I would see what I can do with it. I'm 100% happy traveling the world with that light.
Yeah, they're so good. And like the constant light and stuff, yeah. No, I think you do.
Yeah, and using the constant light part of it. Yeah, I really, really like that light.
They're really good. Number 2, white or silver for an OCF beauty dish.
Beauty dish is white. Sorry.
a silver as a reflector.
Yep.
Reflector. Oh, I know what I should do quickly. I'm going to quickly change the battery of the gimbal because if we're going to flick it around. And I'll ask you a third question. No, you're into tequila. Do you like mezcal?
Yeah, it has to be, yeah, I do. I've got a couple of really nice mezcals. But unfortunately in Australia, most of the mezcals that land in Australia are rocket fuel. But yeah, I've got a couple of mezcals I really like, but I can't tell you the names because I can't read the label.
You can't really read much at the best of times.
So yeah, no, I do really like mezcals, and Beck and I were both unhappy with COVID, and we want to try and find the person who invented COVID. So we'll kill them because we were going to be doing...
We're going to go to Mexico.
Yeah, we're going to do the whole... We had pretty much planned to do Burning Man, to Austin to do the F1, and to Mexico to do the F1.
No, I didn't care about the F1.
I did.
Oh, I know you did, but it's not all about
F1
you,
and go to Mexico F1, that would be awesome. Barbecue in Austin and then tacos in Mexico, come on. Do you want me to sit over there?
I was setting it up so that we can, and I can flick it because I put any battery in there. Does it
All
look
right,
good?
but while you go out for a cigarette, do you want me to sit there so I can try and read the questions?
No, I'll read them. I'm going to take my laptop with me. You just need to sit here and look at this camera.
All right, so I'm going to sit over there, Mike.
Yeah, come here, sit. Come sit next to me. We can be friends.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
So you're not using this other camera anymore?
No.
So I can move it without upsetting you?
Yes.
Oops,
Oh,
it's all going to fall.
Upset everything else though. Did Sheree not want any more tacos? No. Okay. They were really good. They were really good tacos though. I might have one in a little bit. Right now I'm fine though. I'm trying to get this gimbal in a nice
So
position.
is this a good positions?
Yeah, I think that looks okay.
Yeah.
I think that looks fine. We can sit here and do talkies. Ew, talkies. I'm doing that baby voice thing.
Cheers.
Like, again. Cheers. Oh, wait, do you have 2 tequilas going?
No, I've got my bourbon and tequila. Very specials.
We answered. Oh, no, okay, so the person who asked about the gear when you use shooting outside, for example, to shoot in Paris at night.
All right, so that was just, I used to use a thing called a roto light, and I really liked them until, and they're still the same, so don't get me wrong, they didn't go downhill or anything, but I found Paragos. Vibesta. I'll get, if Beck can remember, she'll put a link in there. And we're going to do a thing for YouTube showing LEDs and things like that. I found that was better for me because it was an RGB and it made it so much easier for me to color balance my light to match the lighting of the surrounding light. So when I'm shooting stuff like that, what I'm trying to do is there's 2 ways I want to shoot it. I either want to shoot it with that on-camera flash paparazzi look, so the model is super bright and it looks like on-camera flash, or I want to have it look like she's lit by street lights or street signs and things like that. And with the roto light and with the Paragos, I'm able, being an LED, can just turn up and turn down. In a mirrorless camera, you're going to see the effect straight through the viewfinder of your final picture. And you can balance that that light really easily. So I really enjoy shooting that way for that type of shoot. I don't tend to use them at all during daylight. I more use them at night time, and I'm normally shooting minimum 1600 ISO and pushing up pretty 6400 if I have to, but a lot of the time I'm about 2.5 with my ISO to be able to get all the detail in the background without getting solid black.
And then they've said, and do you use a reflector for daylight?
No.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Well,
if I was to carry
natural reflectors, you just
I use
natural.
I find natural reflectors, and look, on a commercial job, if we didn't have to worry about horrible councils asking for permits and that, I'd maybe have a white card I would give back. I would definitely not use a silver. I'd only ever use white, and it's only just to add a little bit of fill. It's not so much about lighting the model off the reflector, it's just filling in a shadow. But I really enjoy just finding good light, because at the end of the day, the background is not what my clients asked for. They've asked for the foreground. So I can always, as long as it's sunny, I can always find a really good position to shoot. If it's heavy overcast, yeah, I'm going to have a day off.
Yeah. A day off.
A day off.
Just going to nap.
I'm just going to
just gonna
lock myself down.
Where was I up to? I'm flicking between, sorry, right now I'm flicking between emails and YouTube, so I'm getting a little bit lost with where I was up to.
Well, finish the emails and then
okay, I'll finish the emails and then I'll jump back to YouTube. Because it seems to be okay for now. I don't want to jinx it or anything. But Rob says, guys, we have an excellent studio. Do you sometimes feel that you can't cater to your needs?
What, the studio can't cater?
I don't know.
Is that what he's asking?
He said, do you feel like you can't cater, like our studio can't cater to your needs?
Oh, we always want bigger, better, and that, but I don't think we've had a full-size bus in there to do a commercial shoot.
But I guess that's how yours is. Yours is like you've worked so hard for yours.
Yeah,
so.
mine's set up the way I want it, and it's not suitable for everybody. See, I like models that have dirt on their feet, so.
But we get comments telling people to wipe the model's feet. Someone commented the other day saying that I should do my job and I should wash the model's feet.
Well, why haven't you been? Can you give them a blow wave too? Yeah, no, my studio's how I want it set up, and like during lockdown, if it wasn't the way I wanted it, I could easily go in and rebuild it, but it's exactly the way I want it. My first studio is about a quarter or maybe even smaller size, and I still made the most of that. I used it for what I could do in there. Like I said, would have loved to take the building next door and already had a knock through so we could walk through to there, but it was more like, you know, how big, no matter how big you got, you want bigger. So mine's a good size for what I do. Most of my commercial clients walk in and go, oh wow, this is massive. I don't need anything bigger. And if it was smaller, it still wouldn't change what my clients think. It just gives, the size of my studio gives me the ability to do 5 or 6 different setups for a client and very quickly get them get their lookbook cover shot there. We'll do their e-commerce crap, which I hate. We'll do their stuff for Instagram. We'll do stuff for a campaign, a billboard, whatever. We can all do it, have all of those areas set up so the model can just walk from setup to setup to setup, and the clients absolutely love that.
So we can just get everything done.
It's all done really quickly.
All done.
All done.
Sergey also said when quarantine's over, we'll be pretty pleased to tour Holland and organise a great workshop. Yeah, we actually had that planned.
Yes, we did have that planned, fully planned.
3-day Amsterdam workshop planned, and it's still on the cards. Everyone who did booked, we did tell them it's still happening. It's just a matter of when.
When we are allowed out of our country.
When. So we're just kind of sitting here like little sitting ducks waiting. It'll happen eventually.
We're just eating tacos and drinking tequila.
That's what we can do in the meantime.
You happy?
Rob said he didn't mean anything nasty about the tattoo question. He was just curious. And
No, we didn't take it that way.
No,
it's just,
of course not.
We do see a lot of people that don't like tattoos and make a comment degrading the model because she decided to get ink. But then we get other people that say, oh, it'd be cool if she had more ink, or can you show me her ink?
We got one on me. It was the one of me on the couch with a $200 light. Someone said, oh, can we like get back on the other side so we can see the moon that she's got on her thigh? But that's on my bad side.
Thank God you sit on your thigh.
Bad side.
I don't shoot moons.
No, it's on my bad side. This is my
on your bad side.
This is my good side.
No, it's not. You don't have a good side.
Totally do.
They're both average.
This is my good side.
There's something wrong with your finger again. You keep on having trouble with that finger. It cramps, does it? Or you just show me your nails.
I'll show you my nails. Pretty nails. That everyone also seems to hate. How much detail do you go into Inspire guides for lighting? So much detail. There's full half-an-hour setups of Peter just like tweaking a light. Like I think about like half a centimetre and then taking a photo and then a little bit more and then that's just how he works.
But sometimes I think when it comes to editing or even shooting, maybe this is just taking too long. But we had a comment on a shoot I did. It was more my art stuff. And the guy commented, I can't believe it took you 20 minutes to set up that one light. No other educator would have ever done that, and I'm so happy you did. So yeah, more and more what we do on Inspire is showing my entire workflow, my mindset to why I'm doing what I'm doing and what I didn't like, even though everyone else is going, this is amazing. I'm going, nah, we can make this better. It's just not gelling with me. And Beck saw when we were in Sydney the other night, I think we had about 80 people in the room. We're doing an X1D demonstration, and my very first frame, remember that? So we're projecting up onto a big projector. Everyone just went crazy, and I just said, no, that's just the first frame. I haven't even got my light where I want it. Yeah. So it's a little bit, yeah, the first frame might be nice, but give me another 15, 20 minutes and I'll make it amazing. And the Inspire stuff, and we've got some more coming, which is really me it's when I do my art, I get so fussy, and Beck's seen me, I might easily take half an hour.
Easily. That's like a minimum almost. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Gonna try tacos al pastor. I want to. You want to try that?
Yeah, no, I've got to do that. That's one of the ones that, birria we just did, I've done some birria the other day. They're amazing, I love them. And I have a pretty cool brisket taco I do. Like, it's a 12-hour brisket smoked.
It's so delicious though.
It is.
Chris has a question. What's a good light for a person on a budget?
Whatever you can afford, but I think I've never used them, but everyone seems, if they don't have much money, they jump on Godox. The feedback I get is they're a good start. I don't know price difference between them and Alancrom, but Alancrom might be another one to look at. But I'm not downing. A light's a light. It's going to flash. It's going to flash. The only difference from expensive to cheap is the expensive ones will flash 24 hours a day, exactly the same power and exactly the same temperature. The cheap ones will vary up and down. If it's a hot day, they might overheat. If it's a cold day, their color temperature might vary, their flash intensity might vary. If you're not working commercially, it really doesn't matter that much. But for me, commercially, I'm using Broncolor packs and top-end pro photos, because commercially I can't have my light vary, because the art director's looking at the screen and goes, why is this one darker?
Yeah.
Why is this one? I can't have that. And yeah, my Broncolor's ridiculous. Like, it's $18,000 without a light. That's just the box.
Packs, yeah.
So but for what I'm doing, I'm charging a hell of a lot of money, and I've got art directors and all those people there. Every picture has to be identical, and that's why I have to have that gear. But yeah, everything, I haven't used Godox, but when I was in Brazil, some of the lights they gave me there, oh my God, you could actually twist the case. They're like a Coke can.
Oh
they were so flexible, but I still was able to run a workshop with them, and I was still able to get nice shots off them. And it's no different to the $200 light.
Exactly.
Work with the gear you've got. We all want better. What are you doing? Adjusting your belt buckle so it shines?
Someone told me that my belt buckle's always off center, so I was trying to make sure.
No, your life's off center.
We could quickly answer it. Do you they live in Melbourne? Do you think these lockdowns should be continued, or just let the virus have its way and protect the vulnerable? The latter.
Shut up. I'm not going to answer you. My answer is the vulnerable should have already been vaccinated. Yeah. Why are they vaccinating 40-year-olds if they haven't vaccinated the people who are going to die? I do not get it. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't believe, no other state in Australia has had a lockdown as severe as Melbourne, let alone 4 of them. We have a problem with our government, regardless, not political, doesn't matter, Liberal, Labor, the people who are working are not doing their job, because other states aren't having this problem again and again and again. So that's my political. We'll move on to this. Beck told me I'm not allowed to talk about this.
I know.
It really
that's affects. Why I said, I was like,
it affects the whole of Australia.
It does,
everyone who running businesses, you've just destroyed the flow. Poor people's weddings. Everyone who had a wedding book last weekend, gone.
Well, even I'm going to go to a festival next week, and there's DJs who are in quarantine.
Who cares about your festivals?
Well, there's DJs in quarantine, and those poor things are going to get sent back. Sucks.
Well, my poor daughter, she gave birth during quarantine, and she's about to have a first birthday. And it looks like that's going to have to be cancelled because we're back in quarantine.
So frustrating.
Anyway,
It ruins a lot
we'll
of
move
people.
on.
We'll move on to any good Mexican restaurants
Yeah.
in Australia. Yes, there is a really, so in Melbourne, I don't know if is Movida more than just Melbourne?
I think there's one in Sydney, but I don't think they've got the Mexican up
Well,
there.
at least in Melbourne, there's
Hosier Lane.
there's a place called Movida, which if you know Movida, amazing
And then there's
tapas.
next door, Movida next door.
Amazing. And then they've just opened up a little Mexican
Just up,
off-cut, just up
two
from
doors up Hosier Lane. Yeah, amazing, really
amazing. Friendliest staff, incredible. Highly
good.
recommend.
Mamacita's pretty good too.
Mamacita's good. It's a little bit exy, but
Yeah.
it's good. What was the most exotic place you've done a photo shoot?
Exotic. What do you call exotic?
Like
What's exotic?
islands, I think. That's what when I think
Islands.
exotic, I think islands.
I've shot things off Melville Island, but they were smelly fishermen.
No, that's
I've been heaps of amazing islands shooting fishermen.
We live on an
So
island.
exotic. If I just say really cool places, there was an amazing in Rio de Janeiro. There's an amazing historical gardens where the monkeys are all in the trees, and it's like it's incredible. It's like going back in ages. That was really cool. I would say the most exotic place I've ever shot was Daphne Guinness's fifth floor studio apartment. Don't pull faces at me, but
jealous.
you weren't there. But her fifth floor apartment, New York studio, full floor apartment on Broadway was the best place I've ever been to do a photo shoot.
That's my goals.
That's your goals.
No, my goals.
Well, next
is to
time
be
in New
her.
York, I'll seriously try and hook up so you can meet her.
I just
Alright?
want to be her though.
I'll be her.
That's my goal. This is to be that. Peter, are you totally happy with your photography at the moment, excluding COVID thing, or do you always strive for better or something different?
No, always more. Or yeah, whatever I've taken, I can take better. Like even today, talking to somebody who wanted to do an exhibition with me, I said, "Can we wait another year or so? Because I reckon I can get so much better in another year."
Yeah.
That's just me.
That's just you. You always are.
As soon as you take the perfect photo, you should give up photography.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Ben would like us to bring him a taco. I wish. Imagine if we should do Uber Eats.
Oh, so I'm going to cook. No good you driving. You're over the limit.
I'll do the order. I'll do the admin. That's my job.
I'll do your admin.
What about the Nikon? Okay. So it gets so hard when people ask us about cameras because Peter shoots what he shoots with and he's happy with what he shoots with. So he doesn't do reviews. He doesn't really think much about other cameras because it's just not what he.
Thank you for that.
It's okay.
It means I don't need to answer.
Well, I've heard you say it so many times. People asking about cameras. It's Peter's
Nikon,
happy with-
Canon, Sony, Hasselblad, Fuji, like Panasonic, they all make amazing cameras. It just comes down to what camera makes you feel good. Whatever camera does everything that you like and makes you feel good is the best camera in your hand. And it's really that simple. You don't need someone else to tell you what you should be shooting with. You're better off to hire some different gear. And just remember, if someone asks you to drive their car, you're going to feel uncomfortable. It's the same as driving a camera you've never driven before. It's not that comfortable. So, yeah, again, this is a gear thing. Don't get hung up on gear. You use the gear that makes you the most comfortable, and that's the best gear you could be using.
It was complaining.
It's complaining.
Jody said before, I think it was Jody who said before he mimicked you with the I hate for Terry Richardson, so I just wanted to, we want to give that guy we don't want to talk about that.
Anyone who does that to women needs to be cancelled.
Cancelled. But Jody also said, why haven't we come out with our own wine, Beck and Peter wine it would sell in LA? Just saying.
Because Beck would drink it all. There'd be no profit.
Snoop Dogg just came out with
19 Crimes has just put Snoop's friggin' face on one of their bottles.
No, but it's actually made with like California grapes, whereas 19 Crimes is Australian. So they're doing a little collab.
Oh, why do we want to support a wine industry overseas when our wine industry is struggling? Because China won't buy it anymore. That's really dumb. Let's buy Australian. Sorry, and if you're American, buy American. If you're English, buy English. Support your own neighbours. Thank you. You got me going now.
Sorry, I really have.
It shouldn't give me tequila and friggin' bourbon.
No one else is complaining about it today. People are actually saying we don't have interlace problems, so.
I'm interlaced.
Peter, what is your thoughts for light on a person of limited income? No, we already, I think we answered you, Chris. Limited income. I think that was Chris you asked before, so I think we...
Whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's no different to anything in the world. If you want to be a racing car driver and you can only afford to race this class, you race that class. Don't look at F1 if you can't afford it, and just do the best you can with the gear that you can afford. And it's not about the gear. It is seriously so much about you doing the best with the gear you've got. And have a look at how many amazing photos were taken in the 60s and 70s. Right? And that gear doesn't compare anything to what we got today. So you can't blame the gear. Really, and the commercial world doesn't care about the gear. They care about you capturing this amazing subject this way. They don't care what camera it was shot on. They don't care what lights you used. And we've got some good tutorials coming up soon. We're going to be shooting with the lights we find in an Airbnb. So the only lights I'm going to have are what we found in the Airbnb. And the only reflectors will be what we found in an Airbnb. And it'll show you how little all of this stuff matters. Understanding of light is so much more important than what light you're using. Now I can say goodbye to all the sponsors who wanted to sponsor me. But I'm not. Yeah, go on.
What size umbrella do you bring with you on international trips? You use the medium one.
Medium I'd like to take the large, but it doesn't fit in the suitcase. So it's a Pro Photo Deep Dish Medium Silver. So if you look that up, that'll tell you the size I'm using. I don't know what the size is. It's just called a M.
Pro Photo M.
M Deep Dish.
Someone just mentioned that I have slow mode on. Yes, I have slow mode on for a reason. If you were here about an hour ago, you'd understand why.
We got botted.
I'm happy that I have slow mode on now. It's actually allowing me to keep up. And if anyone sends a message that I think is annoying or disgusting, I'm muting you. So, alright, I got my glass. I didn't have my glass on to start with. I do now. Jody would like to know, do you have other photographers wanted to rent your studio? Should you let others borrow your space? Yes. I say no, really, but just wondering.
Huh?
No, he says they say no, but no, we do. We've got actually, it was weird, just after lockdown ended, we had a bunch of studio hire inquiries.
Yeah. Well, we hire out, it just has to, they have to fit in between our bookings.
Yeah.
And even one of the hire people, one of the ones that come on Saturday, has said, look, I'll pay extra for you to be my assistant for half an hour. So they're paying my commercial photography rate just to give them a heads up to get them going. And most of the hires we get, they bring in their own lights and that, so it's not that expensive for them. And yeah, we just...
V Monkey would like to know if we have an Insta for the puppy. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
She deserves one though. Look at her.
Oh yeah, she's a princess though. Oh my God, Princess.
She's so tiny. She's
Bella.
She's a little teacup Yorkshire. She's tiny. She's the size of my forearm. She's so tiny.
And she's the boss.
She's the boss. Also pretty late over there. They're from Perth. It's 20 to 9. It's not too late. How's the snap lockdown affecting you guys? It's been...
Beck loved it because it gave her an excuse to get out of things she didn't want to do this weekend.
I wanted to
He won't be watching.
No, it's not that I didn't want to go out. It's that I've done something every single weekend since lockdown ended, and all I wanted was a weekend of nothing. And like, while I was excited to go out, I was really excited. Oh, Bella, don't do that. Dude, that doesn't smell nice.
She fart.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Yeah, no, that's gross. It just gave me...
Sure it was her, not me?
I hope it was her and not you. Gave me an excuse to not do that. But it's also unfortunate because we had 3 commercial bookings for the 7 days that we've now been locked down to, so they had to be cancelled, well, rescheduled, but it's just still... It's really hard to try and plan anything with this going on because you try and book things in and then all of a sudden it's got to be...
Well, I hated it because I was going to redo the kitchen. I couldn't because I can't do Bunnings online. because you got to wait 3 days to pick the crap up. But yeah, no, I'm not going to say anything. Bex told me off.
No, I didn't tell you off. I just didn't want you to go on like your full-blown rant.
I wouldn't do that, ever.
A couple of people are chiming in saying that Godox are really good for not that much money.
Yeah, I've heard that. Look, everybody that I know who owns it are happy with them. So, look, that's all that matters. Everything is a price point. If you've got someone who can afford a Ferrari, they're not going to be happy with a Kia.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Someone who can afford, say, a Kia Stingray is going to be so happy with that. So I don't have a problem. It's what fits in with your own budget. I started off, well, you saw my $200 friggin' light. That was the first light I ever bought.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I love this slow chat because I can
you're deleting
see
him. How can you keep posting?
It's not the same person. They always come up with different accounts, but they always say...
How can you have that many accounts?
I don't know how... maybe I'll ask Jared. Jared will know.
So if you report
See, they're coming back now. See, they start saying the same thing.
Yeah, but if you report them, they're going to get deleted. They can't have that.
Report. Spam. Report.
Well, if he's doing, if he's just say porn, it gets them deported quicker. Anyway, next question.
What bourbon are you drinking?
What bourbon? Australian. I'm drinking. Can they see that?
Kind
The
of.
label's not clear. That's right, I'll read it out. So it's from the Gospel. It's straight rye whiskey. It's an Australian bourbon, and I support these guys. I only bought off them once, and I got 2 bottles, and it's as good as the stuff I bought from America, single farm bourbon. So
Ravenstone really can't wait for the Airbnb tutorial. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, we can't do that till our lockdown.
Yeah. Only so much we can do. Beach is calling in Florida. Jealous. It's like 4 degrees in Melbourne. But enjoy the beach. Hope that's fun. Liz just... DRD Overland, with their harsh lockdown, they weren't even allowed to buy alcohol in South Africa. Could you imagine how much Australians would riot?
They'd be right. Yeah. Sorry, they would have burnt the city down.
We could.
There was talk about it in somewhere, and literally the feedback was so strong that the government backed down instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
about
think it was WA.
And Liz said that they just Googled Terry Richardson and vomit face.
No.
Vomit face.
Yeah. So he's a scumbag. He was one of these things that became like, he's in vogue, he's amazing, but he's the most disgusting creature in the world. And what he did to women, and what... I can't believe Obama even shot with him and some of the other people because they didn't know the type of person he was. But he's destroyed now.
Okay.
I think he might still be in jail. So
I hope so.
So do I. It's just he's such a bad mark on photographers.
No,
He's like the Weinstein and what's his name of photography. Oh, who's he?
I've just pulled like, if anyone, people are going to go through and screenshot my face. It's just that I pulled so many funny faces.
Let's have a competition. Who can repost the ugliest Beck face?
Please
don't do it. Beck will kill me. Beck will kill me.
Moving right on, I would like to know, when did you realise that the eyes are the most important thing in your photography?
I think I've always known it, but I didn't know it, if that makes sense. I didn't know what I liked about one picture over another. And I think it would be maybe 5 or 6 years into shooting people up close that it started to dawn on me. Why is she so pretty but so not pretty? And then all of a sudden she's so pretty. And I realised the only thing that really changed with the eyes weren't, what am I going to have for breakfast eyes? They were, oh, I like you eyes, or please, policeman, don't find me, or there was some depth behind the feeling or thought. And as I said to a model the other day who was looking through my mood board, I said, what can you see? And she has nothing but eyes. Doesn't matter what they're wearing, doesn't matter where they are, I'm just saying eyes, 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 eyes. I said, but that's what I take. So, yeah, the eyes are the windows to your soul. You can't lie through your eyes, especially to me. Remember we had that girl on the workshop?
Huh? No, I was laughing at someone's question. What did you say?
I think it was American Workshop, and I'd mentioned it, people can't lie to me, eye to eye.
Yeah.
And she goes, yes, I can.
Oh, I think.
And she then proceeded with 3 statements, and she said, which one is a lie?
And you called it out right away.
And I said,
yeah, that was in
I'm not sure which one, but something about cats makes you blink. And she goes, I don't own a cat. And I got it straight away. She goes, how did you do that?
Yeah. Travel, eat, repeat. Now mocking, being like, eyes, not boobs. Like,
Yeah.
but they're like gotta like they're being sarcastic because they know what you're like.
Yeah, I know. But the other thing is a thing, and Bex heard me say this before to a model, is pretend you're butt naked. Your eyes have to be better than your body so they don't see your body. They're too sucked into your eyes that they can't even see anything else. And that's the best eyes. If you could be there naked, but people couldn't look at that.
Yes.
That's when you've used your eyes properly.
Exactly. Jumping back to emails, because YouTube has slowed down for a minute.
They don't like us anymore.
No, they do. People are
They've
still
all
emailing.
gone.
No, they're still emailing us.
They've left us.
Yeah.
They don't like you.
They would like to know, will we be doing any shoots with mixed LED and ProPhoto B10? They've got 2 roto lights and a ProPhoto B10, so I'd like to see you using...
I don't use that many lights, do I?
No, you don't have to use 2, but would you use like something like it, like your new thing that's like a
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
That was like a turn this way.
I'm not really like a strobist, so if I'm outside, I'm just going to use one light, and it's normally in the direction of the camera. I don't tend to, and even with the LEDs and that, I don't tend to use them off camera. I use them as a fill in to keep the atmosphere of the place and just light the face up, but still try and make it feel like it hasn't been artificially lit. It's hard to explain. Look, there's a lot of the strobists that to do some amazing work. I saw some of the demo videos of the early pro photo stuff with the A1, I think it's called. Is that the on-camera flash, A1?
Yeah.
And yeah, what they did was amazing. They had 2 or 3 of the A1 set up around like a barn and that, and incredible. That's not really what I do. There's other people that do that stuff so much better. I'm really more a one light source person or a main light person, so I don't tend to have the separate ones. But we are going to do one on the LEDs, and I will be using a B10, and I'll use rotor lights and the verses and things like that, but I don't think I'll be cross lighting between them. It'll be this light or this light or this light. Hope I answered that.
I think you did. So go like no suggestion what to complement their Sony with. They own a 55 and 85 Zeiss. Should they go with a 35 or 24 GM for portraiture? Don't you use 85 for portraiture?
24 is a bit wide for portraiture. Yeah. It's more, 24 would be something I use for landscape or fashion. I know it's really good fun to spend money. Do you need another lens? Seriously, think about, do you need another lens? Another lens is just going to go, every time you pick up your bag, what lens am I going to use?
Yeah.
Whereas pretty much religiously, my Hasselblad comes out with 100 on it. My Sony comes out with one of 2 lenses. It's either going to be manual focus, so I'll use my Zeiss 100 or my 135, or if it's going to be autofocus, I'll tend to put the 70-200. And the rest of my lenses, really, I could actually live without them if I wasn't a commercial photographer. So yeah, don't think you have to buy gear. If you've got lenses that you really like, you don't need to buy another one, because it's just going to confuse you which one to put on. And you look at people like Peter Lindbergh, and so much of his work was shot on the 70-200 Nikon. There's like, I think 5 or 6 years, that was the only lens I really saw on his camera.
So just work with what you got, basically.
Work with what you love.
Yeah. And if you're not loving what you're working with, then get something else. But if you're happy with what you got,
if you're having trouble where you tend to be shooting in small places, you can't get them all in and things like that.
Yeah,
but
then
the other thing is just hire that lens and see if it really is the focal length you would use. Because I've spent way too much money on lenses I never use.
Yeah.
I've sold a lot of them now.
That's why I was laughing, because I remember how many lenses I've
I had
photographed to sell.
a Noctilux, so like a Noctilux 0.95 50mm. One of the nicest lenses in the world, and I hardly ever used it.
Yeah.
So it was just stupid me owning it. But then I sold that amazing like a 16, 18, 21 or something, which I don't know why I sold it. I should never have sold it because I love that lens.
Oh, no, you're spewing.
Yeah, and now they've gone up in price and too expensive.
Dang flabbit.
Next.
Guido would like to know, presume Peter Lindbergh would still be alive and you met him somewhere. What question would you ask him?
Ooh.
That's why I read it and I was like, ooh.
There wouldn't be one.
What would you ask him though?
It'd be more, not about, it wouldn't be photography, it'd more be about connection with models and feel. It'd be more about gut feels and emotions and what was Kate Moss like to shoot? What was it? No, there'd be a little bit of that, but yeah, it would not be anything to do with his camera gear or anything. It'd be more about what's he trying to find in a photo. I'm certain he's an eye photographer as well. He's 100% an eye photographer. He doesn't give a rat's about any of the rules because some of his best pictures break every camera club rule in the world. But I would just like to know, what are you trying to create? You have a single word emotion on a shoot, or you're just seeing what evolves from a shoot? I'd be interested in the process, what's happening in his head, not what everybody else is doing around him, but what's the process in his head.
Interesting. I have a question. Can I have some more tequila?
Yes. It's just there. You want me to get up and get it for you?
No,
she is so lazy. No, I can get it.
Okay.
I can walk the whole way around here.
I just didn't.
Can you look up the next question? And you can drink me out of home of, I think it was like a $6 million bottle of tequila.
I was just more curious if I was allowed.
Of course you're allowed.
Okay. Have you done a UV light or UV paint shoot? You did. You did one with Stefania.
No.
No?
No.
Wasn't that UV?
Yeah, I do UV, but it wasn't Stefania.
Oh, I thought it was.
Do you want me to find it and you can click through to it?
I
or is that too much of a hassle for you?
No, I can do it.
No, it was with Mokaka.
Oh, Mokaka. Yeah, you can find it and I can actually bring it up on the screen.
So is it on this one?
Nah,
no, this one. Right. So
oh, that was so bogan. Nah.
On your Gale. You need a refill.
I just got a refill of tequila.
Sorry, getting up close and personal, but I'm just going to find...
No, they can't. It's that one actually.
Yeah, no, but that's why I'm getting up close and personal to that one. Why is all this stuff opened?
Doesn't matter.
I'll just go there. You can talk to them because I don't want to look at my forehead while I'm looking at the things.
Matthew said we're still going. Yes, if you're new here, we normally keep our live streams going for about 3 hours, which we...
Until we run out of alcohol.
Peter's wife was like, these things go for a while, don't they? And I was like, oh, we're going to try and limit this one, but you guys keep talking to us, so...
And the thing is like,
we don't want
if you're prepared to listen to us, we really enjoy... talking and the feedback, and just hoping that something we say will make you a better photographer or open your eyes up to... Oops, wrong button. Well, I'm trying to get where I want to get to is hidden behind there, but I don't want to move it on you. So which
what
is
are you trying to do?
Maybe that one. There we go.
Let's
now I can.
You can just move this stuff out the way. It doesn't matter.
No, I just want to drag the. Oh, there we go. Sorry,
okay,
people are not enjoying what I'm doing.
That's okay.
Oh, don't care.
Glenn says nearly 4 a.m. in LA and now they want tacos. Well, you're in LA. You get
you've got there is definitely some street vans around the corner with the best tacos in the world.
Or go to Pink's. I miss
Pinkies. Is it Pinks or Pinkies?
It's Pink's.
Pinks. Yeah, Pink's.
Best chili dogs.
Chili dogs are pretty good. We nearly got arrested for riding scooters on the.
Bird scooters?
Now I've got to be careful where I put these. If I put that next to that, we can't flash that. No, Stefania wasn't UV.
Ah, okay. Okay, if I do that and then if we go...
All right. Did that work?
No.
No.
Why is it not working?
I don't know, you made it.
It's not working.
Oh, you didn't do your thing properly.
Why is it not working?
Have you done your shortcuts properly?
Yeah.
Everyone hates you now. They're all expecting to see something.
You see? There we go. Yay!
So yeah, that's one of the UV shoots I did, and let's hope I don't go the wrong way. If I do, I'll go backwards really quickly.
You have to click on here, maybe?
Let's get that off that.
Yay!
That was another one I did.
So
So the best thing about UV, there is nothing best. It's a pain in the butt to shoot. You've got to shoot super high ISO. We were using a Broncolor UV flash adapter, and I'm still thinking, I think I was shooting, in fact, I won't think, let's actually tell you what I was shooting. I think I was really high ISO. What am I? Is that 5000 ISO?
Yep.
So that was just to be able to get enough light to get in the camera. And what it does, shooting that, it makes the skin messy. It took a lot of retouching time. It's like, yeah, sorry. Didn't enjoy it. I did this for a makeup artist. She was over the moon, thought it was the best thing.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I think
But I
think there was like 3.5, 4 hours of retouching to make it look that good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it's just too much work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Anyway.
it was fun to play with. I learnt something. I learnt never to do this again.
So I'm just reading what people are saying. 92 $92 a bottle. That bourbon better be worth it. I have to order it. It's not in Michael's collection. Loving the channel, guys. Stay safe and looking forward to our future posts and live chats.
He has another one in there. I can't remember what it's called. Yes, like $90 a bottle sounds a lot, but put it this way, I won't drink Maker's Mark. To me, it's rubbish. So this bourbon would be equivalent to something I bought in America, maybe at what was that one I bought? It was about 190. The one in Orlando.
I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention. Yeah. So the one I bought, Laurie, the rabbit one, which I had last Saturday night with Laurie. No, I didn't. I'm in Victoria. I didn't go anywhere Saturday night. That was about 200 a bottle, and this is every bit as good. And sorry, I have
I like your little glass.
Morocco.
Cool.
They're pretty cool. They can't see it. It's just cut off. It's like anything. I only drink good bourbon, or I just don't drink it. So I don't waste my time on cheaper bourbons and mixing it with Coke. I just drink sparkling water instead, and then save up enough money to buy a really nice one.
Ooh, I have a question from John, who said if I could shoot with only one other photographer than you, who would it be and why?
Shoot with?
Yeah.
Why would he want to shoot with me? Is it shoot me or?
No, if
assist?
I as a
Oh,
model.
if you, not me.
Yes, I said there's a question for me.
Oh yeah, I know that
If
answer. I know which photographer you'd love to shoot with.
I don't even know what smart ass thing is about to come out of your mouth.
No, I'm serious.
What?
I'm 100% serious. I know exactly
You
what
know the look
photographer
on
you'd love to
Peter's
shoot.
face. He's not about to be serious.
I am. He's a DJ in Mexico.
He's not a photographer.
He could be.
No, he's not. And I could add, like, it's hard because I actually couldn't really pick between, but there's two photographers in Melbourne. I have started.
In the world.
Yeah, well, there's only, I haven't worked with people internationally.
No, but their look.
I don't know.
New dog.
New dog.
This is Chanel.
Well, I don't know about in the world because I can't.
In Australia.
So in Australia, at least, there's two photographers who I've worked with recently because I have started doing shoots again, and I'm very selective with who I work with, and it'd either be Jay, who's the guy that does the neon stuff that I have on my Instagram, or there's Ethan, who does the like super bokeh out, super highly saturated stuff that I've also worked with. Both of them are super awesome to work with. I get along from the second I met them, I've just gotten along super well. I don't like this awkwardness. It's just been, you guys see the way that I banter with Peter, and for some reason, if I just click with someone, then it's good. And that's
Right, new question.
yeah. And I like their look as well. I like their highly saturated, because it's so different to Peter's stuff. I love that like super
Colour.
neon
Who would put colour in a picture?
I love that. And I just find them really easy to work with, and I love their style, and I think they're awesome people. So those are the two that I like to work with the most.
Right, question without notice.
Yes?
Any photographer in the world
Ellen von Unworth.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. That's who I expect you to say to the first place. So Ellen von Unworth would do your look. She would do it justice. Yeah.
Love that. I'm glad that
Then Terry Richardson second. Just so you could get that wrecking ball shot.
No, I don't want the wrecking ball show. Get him doing a show. Fucking asshole.
Something wrong with your nail again.
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. I might get demonetized.
Demonetized. Ass is a animal.
Huh?
And hole is a thing in the ground.
Yeah, okay, right. Ravenstone could listen to us all day and night. You don't want to. It gets really annoying sometimes.
We annoy each other, like I annoy myself.
Sometimes I'm just like, stop talking, Pete. And then sometimes I tell myself to shut up. I'll sit there and have conversations with myself sometimes, and I'll just do this, and I'll sit at my computer, and I'm like, shut up, Beck. Oh my God, I'm talking to myself, and Peter just turns around and looks at me, and he's like, you okay?
Or I'll say what, and she'll just go, oh, Beck, talk.
Talking to myself. Crazy person.
Have we got heaps of questions?
Not heaps, actually. People
we need to get Squirrelix down to the end, and then we'll wrap it up.
I'm at the end. Glenn says they were lucky enough to sit next to Jim Marshall on Springsteen's bus. He didn't talk photography, only music.
Cool.
Owen says, Peter, what photographer had the most influence on your work and why?
Can't put one, but it's definitely a mixture of Helmut Newton and Peter Lindbergh. Then there's a whole heap of behind them, but they would be the two most influential, and they're completely different to how they work, but I feel that if I'm anything, I'm halfway between those two.
I would agree that you are as well. Alright, so we had 2 more in email, and then I think we'll wrap it up after that. Unless if you have a quick one, jump it in now. If not, we're going to answer these last 2 and then we're going to finish. So Rob would like to know, how did I start in the industry? Is modelling always what I was going to do? So I started in the industry. I was super old. I was like 3 or 4 years old. I started doing ballet dancing, and the dance company I was with then opened up a modelling agency, and my parents wanted me to be a child model, and it's not like they forced me into it. They put me into the modelling agency, and I just loved it because it's totally unlike me being an only child. I haven't really changed. I'm a little bit of a show pony, so I just loved the spotlight. So
Becca show pony, yeah, right.
So I used to do kid modelling. I used to do like catwalks and catalogues for like kids' clothing lines when I was little, and I've just done it on and off my entire life. I think when I was in grade 2 for the yearbook, they asked us, what do you want to be when you grow up? My mum's probably got it somewhere. Mine literally says at the age of 7, a supermodel. So it's something I've always wanted. I've always loved modelling. And I've just gone through phases during my life where I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. Oh, actually, I really miss it. So it's just, I just kind of, I now say I've done it on and off for 25 years, and then I feel really old when I say that.
You are old.
I'm so old.
So old.
But yeah, no, it is something I've always wanted to do, and it's just something that I love doing. Camille would like to know. That's
Ratsky wants to come up.
What's your view on using Smile?
I used to use Smile too much. I smile at everything.
No, using, it's like telling people to, telling
them to smile?
Yeah.
No, you can't tell them to smile. So if there's any parents out there, or wannabe parents, or gonna be parents, the absolute worst thing you can do to your kid for its entire life is tell it to smile when it's about to be photographed. And if you think back, every one of you know that this is what happened to you. Smile! Cheese! All these horrible things. It made you feel so uncomfortable. So every time from then on, every time a camera's lifted, that horrible thought comes into your head. Mm-hmm. Whereas, and even on commercial shoots, I'll be shooting a kid for a commercial, and the mother will be there and say, smile, and we kick the mother out that second she opens her mouth. So telling someone to smile, it doesn't matter if it's a model or anything.
It's going to be forced.
It's going to be forced. It's not going to be believable. It's going to be like watching an actor in a really, really good movie that goes, I am going to kill you. That's how it comes across. It comes across like so fake. So if you want someone to smile, and I did something on YouTube with Anna, didn't I?
Yeah, when you were like, I'm just not going to take a photo, and then she starts.
And I trained her on a workshop we were doing that every time I took too long to take a photo, she would smile. And just by me saying, if I take too long to take a photo, it means don't smile, don't you smile, don't smile, don't smile at all. And now I just got to sit behind the camera and go 5, 4, 3, she smiles.
Yeah.
Because she's laughing. And I will do something to make a model or a kid laugh. I will never ever ask them to smile. And yeah, it's, you know yourself, the person who asks the question, can you smile for me right now? See how that feels?
Yeah.
Right. Whereas if I said something that made you laugh, like your partner stubbing their toe as they're getting out of a shower, hopping round, you're going to look. So even Beck's holding back, thinking about the big golden retriever hopping on. She can't help it. So it's oh yeah, it's not an old. You've been with him too long.
It's an old idiot.
It's an old idiot. Anyway, so yeah, tricky. Don't use the word smile. You've got to make them laugh.
And also for like, I don't know if it's not to have like a feminist rant, because I'm not like a
Feminist.
But it's like there is a thing being a young girl, if you're out at a bar and some guy's trying to hit on you and you're just sitting there like, I'm not interested, you'll tend to like kind of not give them a date, and then they'll always turn around and be like, hey, lighten up, why don't you smile? And it's the one thing that you're like,
I've never heard that.
don't say that to me, I'm not interested. And it's the one
So that's
thing.
because you're just like the grumpiest bitch in the world at a bar.
But it's like sleazy guys are always
Yeah, I
like,
know.
why don't you just smile? And it's so, for me, like a guy telling me to smile, I'm like, why don't you go somewhere else?
They never asked me to smile.
You're not a 20-year-old girl at a bar.
I could be.
But that's, you could be. You definitely
I could
be.
identify as that.
Go. But you know what I mean? So for
I know
me,
what you mean.
When a guy tells
I've
me
never
to
heard it
smile,
before. It just sounds so sleazy.
It is. So that's,
Guys think they're going to get away with that.
yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
if a guy tells me to smile, I'm just like, So there's something really wrong with my finger tonight. I've really stopped doing that. What if we get demonetized?
New nails.
New nails, everyone. Anyways, rants. But okay, we now have people saying thank you. Matthew wants to know, how do you know when your photography is good enough to move on from friends and family?
You'll know. Look at your photos. Look at your photos. Compare them to the photographers you'd like to be, and if they look so far off, back to the drawing board for a bit longer. But you've got to compare your work to the industry that you're trying to get into at the level you're trying to get into. You can't compare it with a Vogue cover if you're just starting out, but if you want to get a Vogue cover, you have to compare it with a Vogue cover. So it really is comparing to, have a look at the competition in your area, of headshots or things like that. Have a look at your picture, put it next to theirs. Don't be, oh, this is mine, it's so much better. Just say, which looks more consistently professional, which has a better feel. Not so much what has the best style, but has the best feel. And if you think, yeah, mine comfortably sits within there, you're ready to go.
Jumping back to smile, Camilla's now said, what if you can make the model smile without using the word Peter Hurley way? Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you just make them smile like naturally, that's going to get you the best smile.
It's just do something that makes them smile, rather than tell them to.
Yeah, and it's just like.
And Peter Hurley's amazing. I was at a Photo Plus thing, and I was walking down one of the aisles. Peter Hurley was there with a big guy. I think he was a firefighter, and his son. And the photos he got in the aisleway of that was just to die for. And he did that in front of a massive crowd jammed into the aisleway. And I've always had respect for what Peter does. It's not what I can do. I work a different way than Peter, but it was just incredible how quick he got a really cool picture. And when the son saw the picture up on the screen, he goes, "Hey, Dad, that's cool." So, you know, that picture's already sold.
That's
so,
cool.
yeah.
That's really cool. Do you have any guidance for working with models when there's a language barrier? Have you used a translator with models or have a posing guide for them? I've seen Peter work with, like, we have work all over the world, and when we go to Europe, like, Especially last time we were
Tiziana can't speak any English.
Well, I was going to say, especially when we were in Milan, we emailed an agency we work really close with over there, and they love Peter. So I send them, like, I do this every time we go there. I send them an email. I'm like, hey, we're coming to town. Do you have any girls that need any updated photos for their folio? Let us know. And we will get freshies to experience one. They just send us a range of models that they say need updated test shoots. And we never know if we're getting someone who is fluent in English or hardly speaks a word of it. And Peter will still get the same level of photo from every single girl. And it's no matter if they can, no matter their language of English, you can do a lot. And even me trying to talk to them, you can do a lot with just simple
sign language and facial expressions.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you get through. It's not like we don't show them like a specific set. Like we can get by. Worst case scenario, we'll just use Google Translate and type something in. But that would be the worst
not
case.
During a shoot, I'd
No, not during it, but like telling them before, hey, please pick photos from this, and then we'll go from there. But we've never had to do that.
Well, Tiziana I've shot with like 5 times, and she can hardly speak any English.
And we still get the best photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's just, I don't know, it's amazing what body language can do, and wow, love, like, yeah, good, like, no, bad, like, amazing what that can, you know, you get by. Yeah. Anyways.
And they all understand cool.
Oh, cool. Well, cool.
We've wrapped it up.
We have caught up to everyone. So I'm sorry if you do have any more questions. Please either email us, message us on Instagram, send us an email, do whatever.
Sorry for the bots and sorry for the interlace.
So sorry. About
it's Beck's problem. She's got to sort this for next time. Otherwise, we're never going live again.
That's never happened.
You've attracted your bots.
I'm gonna look it up, but I'm really sorry about that. But thank you guys for sticking around. Those of you who are still here and dealt with the bots and being legends. Love you. Thank you for your support.
We've got a new one coming up in 2 days. Hi, Key Anna.
Oh, yes.
And then we've got a new one of you coming up.
Then we've got ripped jeans of me. I did the famous ripped jeans.
Beck ripped jeans. That'll be coming up. Most likely next Monday that'll come up.
It's all about me. It's the Beck
It's all
show.
about me.
It's all about me.
Yeah, anyways, they want to wrap up. They want to go to beds.
Okay, well, it's actually morning in Europe. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Oh.
You want to go to bed. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Muchos love us. That's not even how you say much.
I've got to speak English, don't I?
No, thank you.
For Europe.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Love you guys.
Bye, love. Is that English enough?
That's
love?
English, yeah, love.
Love.
We're just going to finish this now.